and I could. There's a million things that I wish weren't in my fucking algorithm. But when you start doing content on it, and I have to look through all of this shit, so you people don't have to, you realize what a fucking sea of degeneracy we are fucking looking at on YouTube, and why half my content was barely allowed on there. But you can have like women in cages pooping in diapers with like serious fart noises happening.
Joe Biden.
With Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, wake up. Joe Biden. 9/11.
Joe Biden. This is a new technology. We're just testing this technology out. You've been in a coma for 20 years, and we're trying to reach you. Wake up, Joe Biden.
It's been 20 years since the crash. Just wake up.
Oh, don't fuck with me like that, dude. I swear to God.
Well, Greasy, none of us are actually real. You've been imagining this the entire
That's
time.
what I'm saying. Don't fuck with me like that. Like, I've come out of some pretty hard trips before. And
Greasy, it's okay. Let go. Just wake up. Okay.
I'm sure we've all had the delusion that all the people we're interacting with on social media and everything is just like one fed.
Yeah. Not that. Just me.
Just one
balls
guy.
off.
Solipsistic fed theory.
Joe Biden.
I'm just coming out of a deep trip that I did when I was 16. Please, God.
Just now coming out of it. I know that.
Restart! No, I want to be 16, though. You know.
That makes sense. 7 years ago was the crash. Wake up, Greasy. It's okay. It's all right.
So,
I'll stick with you guys. Don't worry.
Greasy Housen, wake up.
welcome everybody to another fine edition of Tape Eaters. Smash that like button. Fuck, I am here. I'm here with all the homies. We got Mateo El Distillero over there.
I am here. I really enjoyed your stream. I tuned into the tail end of that because I was busy doing stuff. But that was,
if you didn't
that
catch
was something else.
If you didn't catch Mega Streamcast, there's girls in cages pooping, and there's nasty fart noises, among other things.
Really good.
If you don't watch it, you're missing out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We got Flame on board.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Oh, fantastic. We got Doro still on the line, still here, still with me.
Joe Biden. Joe
Wake up.
Biden.
Joe
Biden,
Biden,
wake
muted.
Joe Biden.
Joe
Biden.
I was calling Doro Joe Biden there for a second. Joe Biden has no idea what he's doing right now. We got Maddie over there.
Hey, it's me.
What up, bro? Fucking Greasy is here.
Hello.
Brad, are you here? Are you here, Brad? No, he's not here.
I had to tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Tell the people.
I had to
brother.
blow Doro's cover. The reason why he wears a ski mask. Dun, 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 dun.
Was that
The reason why? The reason why he wears a mask is because he's Joe Biden's clone. That he's being raised.
Someone should just shoot Doro.
I'm down.
doing?
Who's
you
he
are
talking
muted.
to?
Doro is absolutely muted.
I think Doro's having a stroke right now.
You smell toast, bro? Come on. Are you okay?
Just weird.
I didn't mute him. I don't think. I got to double check.
Oh,
I don't
no,
know
he-
anymore.
It's the fucking
dude.
cat girl, bro.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Yeah, Doro, get with us, homie. Get with this is just like the old days, if I'm being honest. It really takes me back. Have as many technical difficulties as possible. Make me feel at home. That's what I want, really.
Come home, brother.
Yes. Oh. So, how you boys feeling tonight? I'm on a few fucking Keystones. I've been drinking a little bit of vodka. I'm going to start off with the Cloaca because I do need another hit of this clear shit.
Joe Biden.
Anybody doing anything interesting they want to let us know about?
I
got some Marlboros and a Dr. Pepper.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
I found a 99 vodka shooter, double shooter.
You can
Oh,
hear
that
Doro
was-
cackling in the distance now.
When I was
Hello.
when I
Can
was
you
at
hear
the-
me?
When I was at the liquor store the
Yeah,
other
we
day,
hear you.
Howdy.
I ended up buying my usual vodka and Four Locos and pack of Cools.
Oh
but
my
then-
god, my profile. I just forgot about it, I swear to God.
Shut the fuck up, Doro.
Can you kick
I'm
Doro
gonna
for
kick
a while?
Doro. Your camera's not working. You got Tub Girl as an avatar. You're barely coming in through audio. What good are you to me? Who was talking? Matt?
Yeah. Anyway, I was at the liquor store and I was buying my usual like gallon of vodka and several Four Locos and a pack of Cools, and I decided to go and try this tequila that I found. I'm actually breaking tradition. I only drink tequila on my birthday, Cinco de Mayo. And it's called Tarantula Azul. It's like a blue agave tequila. And the black girl at the counter was like, man, what part of town you live in? I thought she was like making a black joke because I was buying like lots of black people drinks. But no, she just was like, wow, you're buying so much liquor. You're so cool. Can I come over? And I was just like, I don't understand what's happening. Stop.
She offer you a black mile?
You just dropped
wish.
spaghetti all over the counter. Is that what you're telling me?
That chocolate ass right now, son.
I took off
She
my
wants to
hat that I wear
sling it
for
at
work.
you.
Oh, she was, dude. She was slinging it.
Yeah.
And
So-
then everybody shit.
Get
So
that
then I came
chocolate
back in.
pussy.
I came back in, and this liquor store that I go to actually makes their own onion dip. So I came back in, bought the onion dip, and I told her have a nice day. That was the entire encounter.
Get on the floor, everybody
Dude.
do the dinosaur.
No.
The dinosaur.
You gotta go back.
Well, you
You gotta
should
go
do
back
it.
and bring her home.
Well,
You
you know,
should
none of
know
my
what-
ancestors
well-
ever. No, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. That was probably gonna get us
Dude.
kicked off.
You should have went to the back of the store and put your
Have her
hand in
torque
the-
that
You
ass
should
on
have.
you.
You should have taken that pig behind that dumpster and fucking
Slam it!
What I should have done is they sell Old English there. I should have brought one to the counter and be like, "This is one's on me, babe."
Damn,
Okay.
dude.
I was
Take
watching.
her around back and shove the
You
old
should've asked
English
her-
up her butthole and make
Yeah,
her
you
butt
should
chug
have asked
it.
her, girl, can this OE fit up that fucking bunghole?
I was
Probably.
watching a video earlier of Pamper Chew drinking Old English, and I'm like, man, I wish I was Pamper Chew. I wish I had that life. Fucking welfare queening after serving in Afghanistan. You have an excuse for your mental illness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
Hold
fucking speedball. You speedball.
Con-
You drink
Conrad
all
in the
day.
chat, he's talking about musical diapers. Loser has to shit on the floor.
Oh, I'll lose on purpose, bro.
Oh, we're all shitting.
No,
We're
it's
shitting
like-
tonight, boys.
There is,
We
I don't
all
know.
shit down here.
In my mind, there is no. How about
He spreads his ass.
And
the loser has to wear the
shit,
diaper.
too.
So I can see his dark hole.
Georgie,
To me, the winners, the winners shit on the floor, right? And
Yeah,
the
the-
loser wears the diaper.
Hell yeah.
The loser gets shit on.
Mm.
You know, when I lived out in Georgia, I used to shit out in the woods and the bushes all the time to get in touch with my inner caveman.
I had a
Hell
friend.
yeah. Return to tradition and
Yeah,
in the
shit in
hole.
the bush,
dude.
bro.
I had a
Fuck
friend who
yeah.
said that he took off his clothes and walked through the woods while shitting. I still don't believe him to this day. Your sphincter doesn't work that way unless you have a serious issue, which he might have.
Do
Hold
you
on.
remember
Here's
the
a video.
video?
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. Like, I believe it was like early Jackass or CKY, the skateboard
No, it was before
shit.
that. It was before that. I think
I
it
love the
was,
skateboard shit. I have the GIF. Maybe I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
it might have been before that.
Let's do it, bro.
Because I know they gave that guy a bunch of laxative, and then I think they
That's
told him
awesome.
strip naked and run through a field while he was shitting.
But that's freedom, bro.
That's when
That
he
is.
pooped in a fucking
Yeah,
display toilet.
yeah.
Brad, we need a Steve-O impression. Stat. Hit me. Stat.
Wow, dude!
Stop that. You stop making noises right now, mister.
Gonna hang out with later on guys with a couple of celebs.
not
I'm
bad.
a sellout. I'm a sellout, and I can't help it. You know,
Yo,
It's not bad.
Steve-O is a libtard for sure.
He's,
And-
he's a fucking Californian. What do you expect?
He's got
somebody-
thick framed white glasses that he wears that probably he doesn't need.
He's
Guy's a
libtard.
fucking
Dude,
Yeah.
did you guys see that Rob Dyrdek ended up having him on the show? Rob Dyrdek looks like a fucking middle-aged lesbian now.
Yeah, that was the caption on the video. Yeah,
I
saw
never watched that.
I
fucking
hated
video.
Rob.
Rob Dyrdek.
I hated Rob. Big Black was cool. Rob.
No
was always a
idea who
faggot.
these people are. Not a
They're
fucking
like
single clue.
You're not
fucking
missing out.
MTV
You're not missing
homos, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Really, honestly, we
Fantastic.
could just stop talking about it
It's
right
it.
now.
They're the guys that they're like, oh, I put this gay ass little dog on a skateboard.
This big black guy.
Where's Bob Saget when you need him? Oh, look at me. I'm a little dog taking a shit on a skateboard.
This giant black guy is gonna catch me when I fall off this rail. That was pretty much. I don't know. Rob Dyrdek was a fucking. That's why Big. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, Big Black was like, "Fuck you, you fucking." and then oh damn it, I'm
God
sorry.
damn you.
Is that really what happened?
I didn't mean it. Yeah, I mean, Big Black fucking hated Rob, dude. They were
Really?
buddies, and then Rob got all big, and Big Black.
Did you know? Did you know? Rob
Anyway.
Dyrdek's from Ohio.
I think I did actually.
Okay, so where the fuck were we? Fucking Juggalo Jared Taylor asks in chat, is it even possible to piss and or shit while running? I sure as hell can't do it. I believe your sphincter is in the way of that. There's I think ungulates are able to shit while they're running because they have to run away from predators, so they have like 2 sphincters. They're able to shit while running. You generally can't, but Mosley Wave, he disagrees. He says in chat, how do you think our ancestors shit when they were running away from saber-toothed tigers? And that's a fair point.
I think that guy was riding a skateboard when he was shitting.
I think
I don't know. I don't know if the difference.
with our as they were running away from the saber-tooth, they would climb up a tree, and as they were climbing up the tree and the saber-tooth was trying to climb up with them, they just shit his face.
Fucking Duke on
That's
that
what
bitch.
happened. Yeah,
That's a pretty good idea, actually.
that's what
That's
they
where
did.
the term "shitting on him" comes from.
No,
Shitting on.
Did you guys hear about they found the biggest shit ever from like the Neolithic period in Wales?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
What?
We were literally kings, bro. Leaving dookies that would fucking.
Doro, hold on. I'm the only person with Welsh blood here, so I was king.
God,
Fuck you.
I'm sorry for your
Fuck
heroin.
you! It was like
addiction.
a goddamn Nordic man, was it not?
Oh yeah, it was. Never mind. Fuck, I'm
Yeah,
retarded again.
motherfucker.
God damn it. I'm gonna kill myself. Where's my
Yeah, I
My
was a
gun, I'm
king.
gonna
You're gonna kill yourself!
I'm a king.
Prussian ethnicity.
I'm a king. I do all the shitting.
So, I think our topic for the evening is flying cryptids, chosen by our boy Mateo. Why did you choose flying cryptids? Why would you pick such a boring topic?
Because I know that I can pick the most boring thing in the world, and somehow you're going to find a bunch of shit about it, which you did. You found 90% of the stuff that I was reading at work today, I had never heard about.
Oh, I'm looking
very
for new
impressed.
shit. I'm looking for the goddamn. And here, we're gonna have to retread old ground here on tape eaters. Skinwalker tapes is a thing of the past, but a lot of that stuff is gonna be lost because we couldn't stop saying fucking dumb racist shit while the videos are playing or whatever.
Yeah, come on, guys. I'm sick of the racism.
Also, guys, make
Racist.
sure you can find all of the old episodes of Skinwalker tapes on LimeWire.
People can think that's the pussy way out. Personally, I think if I'm gonna do fucking paranormal analysis videos, I can probably say fucking the N-word another time. That's just my philosophy on it. We can
Just
do
yell it at
whatever,
your
you know.
girlfriend or your mother. Just
At my
do it that
dog.
way. Yeah, or your dog. Well, I'd say like a personal, like a good, like your parents. Just yell at your
Yeah, that's a good idea.
parents. They'll
I
understand.
I just call my cat Pepper. That's just what I call her. I'm just like, hey, come here.
Lovecraft, yo, Lovecrafter.
How does
No.
everybody else feel about flying cryptids? Because frankly, I am not too enthused.
I don't know.
Actually, I think they're pretty,
They're like a
pretty
D tier.
fascinating. I remember like a callback to one of your episodes before I came on that I listened to it. It was about the motherfuckers that live in the stratosphere. I thought that shit was
Yes.
really
Well, I'll tell you
fucking
what, I may or may not have a
Albies.
Let's fucking start
I
this
tell
goddamn
you
off.
what,
Yeah.
I'd get me some Tengu pussy. Just
That-
saying.
That's respectable.
What's tango? I don't
Tango?
get it.
Tengu?
Tango.
It's It's that bird man thing
Oh,
from like
shit.
Japanese legend.
It's a yokai.
yokai, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
it
think
has
there's
a
two forms. One of them has like a really fucking long nose, like the guy from Slipknot. So he's got like that dick
Yeah.
nose, and there's the other Tengu, which is like a literal like crow bird man.
The best
Yeah,
part
I'm-
is that any bird person has a cloaca.
Hey.
Oh yeah, multi-purpose hole.
Drink multi-purpose hole.
Cloaca count up to 2 for the evening.
Matt, I was listening to a classic episode, which Shaka was talking about, and you were like describing a cloaca, and I was like sitting in my car screaming. You were like, yeah, it's something they like. I don't know. You were describing like an animal, and you're like, they piss and shit out of it, and like you didn't know the name yet.
It was
Yeah.
only a seed in our minds. Cloaca was
I
only
think
in
a
the
vision.
car,
No,
just screaming
well,
cloaca.
I actually probably
Fucking say it.
no. I probably knew what it was. I was probably just too drunk to remember.
They be pissing and shit and
Yeah, I was like, I know what he's talking about.
Well, it's really interesting actually. If you look, especially if you see black and white bird shit, that's literally piss and shit mixed together and dried.
It's true. They have a vent. It's the cloaca. It is a vent.
vent.
I said it again.
Why
I'm not
why
gonna
do you
it.
need more than
Sorry.
one hole?
The only
true.
reason I actually
fuck, dude?
know about any of this is because I used to try to breed lizards so I could sell them when I was like 13. It worked for a while.
You're
It
like
worked for a while.
Brock from Pokemon.
Or
Have
can,
you
like,
ever-
tuck your balls in your asshole?
Have you ever been to a strip club and looked through the butthole and seen out the pussy?
Just tell them you see their soul when
Dude,
you see
wait,
their
wait.
butthole.
When you stare into that void, the void stares back at you. There's no doubt.
Wait, they had a fucking fistula. What the fuck?
A fistula?
A
That sounds even
fistula?
better. Start doing drinks every time we say fistula from now on. I like
That's
that.
That's a dirty
disgusting.
word, bro.
Don't even say that on my stream. You're gonna get me kicked
That's
off.
a dirty word,
Oh,
dude.
that's horrifying.
I was hoping because I mean it's F word. It's F word awareness month. I just figured.
Oh god.
Let's go to the video because I do have some of those atmospheric beasts that Flame was reminiscing about.
Yeah.
I have a few of those videos, and I know everyone's
The
going to enjoy them.
fisculi?
Reminiscing more like Rema pissing.
I have
find out.
I have two videos. They both originate from Mexico City.
Oh, really?
Let me make sure. Am I even showing it?
Are
I'm not even showing it in here.
What?
There we go. I'm showing. It's in the Discord.
Let's see it.
Look at
Oh.
this cretin, this sky cretin of sorts.
It's just a fucking balloon.
No,
that?
it's like
What is that?
You know the eye worms when you close your fucking eye and you see the
Yeah.
bullshit? It's a
Yeah.
giant one of those. Holy
Pretty
crap.
sure my
giant
eyes have like an
floater?
infestation of them.
Yes, it's a floater! A fucking floater,
I feel
bro!
like I'm watching like a Godzilla versus
Oh shit! That looks like a sea snake.
It's a sperm.
Baba Booey.
Now, okay, there's a few
It's a
different
Baba
takes on
Booey,
this.
bro.
There's some takes on this that it is a organism that lives in the atmosphere as organisms live in the ocean, as they live on the land. They live in the upper atmosphere as well. That is a thought. Another thought is that it's a string of balloons, and this is a hoax. My take on that is that they'd have a harder time focusing on it. The balloons would probably be going nuts, and they'd probably be moving about. And this seems pretty zoomed in, and they're still maybe, but this is fairly zoomed in, and they're still focused on it. And the last take would be that it's like a bunch of UFOs doing something, a sequence of them.
There are two things I can say about this. One, that the last part where it kind of looked like a snake a little bit kind of reminded me of the ice worm or whatever it was from either Alaska or Iceland. I can't remember. You remember?
I can see that. Yeah, there's an Iceland sea serpent, and to me, it just looks like a bunch of ice moving around. But the way it moves is very similar to this, with the jagged edges. Like it has angles to it.
Mm-hmm.
What you're seeing
The
here.
second thing is,
I mean, I'm looking at this now, and I'm saying it's not a fucking balloon now. That's moving weird.
Well,
It's weird. It reminds me of a single-celled organism.
The way a lot of people,
like a floater, bro.
The way a
like
lot of
a
people
DNA,
think-
It does, yeah.
DNA strand.
yeah.
A fucking half a helix.
What I was gonna say though, there are if you if you're a scientist and you go and you test the upper, like I think there's 7 layers of the atmosphere. If you go and test them, there are microscopic organisms, single-celled organisms, all the different stuff floating around up there. That's why certain it's mostly plant species, but I think, and I'm only talking about this from what I know about what I just said, it would be impossible for something to be that large while the rest of its co-inhabitants of certain stratospheres would be that big. You know what I'm saying? Because like those are like single-celled things, and this is like probably big. I don't know.
I've heard
No, I don't know.
theories.
What if
I've
they're
heard
hidden? What if they're hidden, like in the cloud?
I've heard
I've
theories that they are filter feeders,
Phosphorus?
much the way a blue whale, the largest animal, feeds on almost the smallest animals in plankton.
Okay.
That they are
Eating
filtering.
ozone.
Well, I heard they were filtering those small organisms that Mateo was talking about, and that's how they feed. And it's all conjecture, but it does make
So
sense.
these are our friends.
Oh, what?
No, they're food. We eat them.
These are friends, not food.
This
Well,
man fights for our freedom.
not
Yeah,
to
he
be
does.
like a fucking curmudgeon, but I have seen people disprove certain like sky theories by reproducing it by filming like the surface of a pool with like certain things in it and like watching them float, and they look like they look like they're up in the sky, but you can like not saying this is that, but
Could be.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of ways to like throw something in a pool and like zoom out and then zoom in real hard. But I don't know what the fact that it's been once debunked. I think like one guy threw a bunch of fucking ping pongs in a
Literally
pool.
everything ever has been debunked. That's the
Right.
fact.
Well, I mean,
so it's
Greasy,
This is weird.
Greasy, I recently sold a toilet that you can flush golf balls down.
I got one you can
Neil-
flush entire diapers down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I will sell you a toilet. Contact me, Dice, whatever the fuck his name was.
That guy needs that toilet.
I actually like what Yakov said. It does add a little bit of validity to it because I was actually, funnily enough, I was talking about the Cambrian explosion with my coworker earlier today, and I was telling him about how like weird little critters evolved from like plants and like other little single-celled things, and like I'm kind of just speaking just because I want to believe that something like this could happen because a filter feeder among a bunch of like plankton thing would be very neat, but it would have to be a very simple organism. Very simple.
Well, I mean, this is definitely as simple
Like
as
a
it gets.
worm.
Well, this looks like a worm, and not just in
okay.
its structure, but if you consider like maybe a digestive system. There's no head on this thing. There's no legs on this thing. There's not much locomotion going on. It just floats about, and it would just feed on whatever's around it, and it would basically just have a digestive tract, and it would be a long digestive tract.
Essentially, it would be like a filter
One
feeder
big
cloud
chute?
cleaner. Yeah, essentially, because that's what lots of the early worms actually were just essentially
chutes?
just mouths with assholes.
That's
One
true.
big poop shoot, bro.
Well,
Yeah,
they had cloaca.
This is my ancestor. I'll tell you that.
They had a
What if-
cloaca in the front and the back.
Yes,
What if
they
this
were,
is
they were
a,
one giant cloaca.
What if
It's
this
a
is a
multi-purpose
UFO?
hole.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. To be honest, I love the thought of organic like UFOs,
Yeah.
like ships, living
Yeah.
ships. That shit
Like-
is so fucking cool.
It's
I
way
remember-
cooler than some stupid fucking metal ball going into the ocean.
Oh,
That's
hell
like the
yeah.
best.
Very
That's
much
true.
I remember
like,
when we did
or-
like years ago when I was probably 13 years old. I remember like researching cryptids online like really late at night, and they ended up having and this sucks because fucking stupid Doctor Who ripped this off, but like sky whales. I thought that was the coolest idea in the world, and then Doctor Who ripped it off. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. This is gay.
That's basically what we're dealing with in theory here.
Dude,
Yeah.
look at this video right here. Like, look
Oh,
at
it looks
that.
like a figure
That-
eight almost.
It's a
That-
wacky
how-
inflatable arm flailing tube man.
That's a dead
Back.
worm floating in a pool.
Well, that's what I was
Sorry.
Well,
Say,
I mean,
no,
maybe
it's
maybe Mosley
I'm
Wave.
gonna ask-
Mosley Wave in the chat
Sure.
said that it looks like a I don't know. I think you said a microscopic organism on a blue table.
Right.
And it's like I don't know,
Oh.
and I don't. And here's the thing: I have another video. This is going through
Okay.
some cool shit, so I'm almost hesitant to cut it off.
Yeah, I kind of like this.
I just want to say one more thing
Yeah,
before
please.
you do. Like Greasy said earlier, lots of the most like primitive organisms, the original organisms that were not plant, they were worms. So if there was some kind of evolution taking place, despite all the smog and all the stupid shit we've released into the atmosphere, maybe that would be the catalyst because they would not be carbon-based life forms like we are. So they would have to be based off something else. Maybe they're oxygen-based.
Oh man, that's a jump. I have a hard time believing anything that evolved on this planet isn't carbon based, seeing as we all had.
But they're not on the
theoretically,
planet.
I
They're
know,
not on the planet.
but you would still think
Right.
it has
Yeah.
it has ties to the common ancestor of like all things.
Well, hold on. I got you
Well,
one. I got you one right here. Maybe this could have been part of panspermia because we always have asteroids crashing into the planet at all times. And if it came from some other planet that didn't have the same conditions we have on this Earth, then maybe it could have been like a single like
guess.
celled organism.
I
That's what I'm
don't.
saying.
I don't know that I don't buy that panspermia shit. I'm not into
I,
that.
I
gay
want to
sperm
believe,
shit.
damn it!
I have another video. I don't know if this one's probably. Oh, that's way different.
Oh
No.
shit! That looks like fucking somebody nutted in the sky.
It's the sky.
Yeah, Skycoon.
Sky
It
nut.
almost
Skycoon.
looks like it could be
Sky nut.
smoke, like if there was like a rocket or a plane that was
Yeah.
doing something. But then the way you see it turn, that's not the way smoke.
Dude, a
Smoke
guy threw a
dissipates.
fucking piece of string in
Oh.
the pool and is like super.
There-
Oh my
focused.
god, Greasy, stop!
I'm sorry.
There-
No, it does
I-
look like clouds though. It does have like.
I-
You know
I-
the weird
I have
thing
heard.
about
It
it
looks like a
is
tapeworm.
it looks like tons of balls. Like,
Yeah,
connected.
that's why they say UFOs. That it's a bunch of UFOs all joined together.
Yeah, I've heard. So I've also heard that people would call these like angels as well.
Oh, I could see that. I
but-
could see that in that area of the country, like around Mexico, because they have the legends of Quetzalcoatl, who is the winged serpent. So if that is already part of your like traditional spiritual system, I can see how you would conflate that with angels, but I can't see that happening anywhere else in the world.
What it looks like to me is a tapeworm.
A pinworm. Oy.
Oh wow, that was
Disgusting.
perfect.
The way it's moving is fucking kind of crazy.
Well, it looks like a solid.
It's not
organism.
dispersing. That's it.
No,
It's
but
not smoke.
dissipating.
It's not smoke. That's the most
Yeah.
important thing. 'Cause it
Right.
looks like smoke at first glance.
No, it's a string in a pool.
I imagine this
I mean-
thing probably has like a
I
mean, it
consciousness
probably
or
is.
consciousness.
It could
You
be.
know what, Greasy? You're a string in a pool. Fuck you.
Dude, Dr. Fauci wants us to believe this is a bunch of balloons.
Dr. Fauci.
Ring, ring, it's Dr. Fauci.
They're not balloons.
This is actually where he got the vaccine from. He
This
captured
thing
one of these
needs a
creatures.
vaccine.
Give this thing a fucking vaccine already. It's grossing me out.
It looks
Give
like
it
it has a
to me.
mouth.
It really doesn't make sense. Like in what situation would you have all like? Let's say
The
these were
patterns?
balloons. Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
these were balloons.
This does
What-
not look like balloons.
Why
It's
would
not
somebody have like all these like balloons in a tube
Well,
and just
two,
like
two hoax.
Be a long
Because
Yeah.
you know how to do it is the
Oh,
theory.
Hold
But
on.
you know,
Hey,
another thing. Sorry.
can I ask something? Does the video ever give us some sort of perspective of distance?
Probably not. I wish they did.
I was gonna say like
The
I
other
wish
one
they
zoomed
zoomed
out.
out.
The other one zoomed out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it like disappeared and then it zoomed out. If not,
You know what?
the-
You're gonna disappear and then zoom out. Okay.
if we go back to it, you would see that like the
Joe
thing fades.
No, but like
Joe Biden.
another thing that I found really interesting about this, and why I give it a little bit more credence, it could be some kind of a very primitive organism, because you know you got to think when it comes to different biomes on on our planet that we know of that we've actually been able to prove, there always is more room for growth, and something like this would have to be very pressurized, kind of like deep sea stuff.
The way you take like that deep sea fish out of the ocean and it just
Yes.
deflates into
20 times bigger.
Yep.
Oh, my
Yep.
mic's all fucked up. There we go. Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
That the pressure is it like keeps them intact, and when they're taken out of that, they look very stupid and they don't really make sense. There
Well,
are
that's-
there's stories about giant globs falling out of the sky,
yeah,
That's
and people
true.
didn't know what they were.
jellyfish, giant flying jellyfish or something.
Oh, would it kind of be the reverse of them falling out of the sky, like deep, like you'd be coming from zero pressure to more? I mean, not to say that.
That's
you
not,
guys-
it would give them
Well,
more.
like,
like
I
they
think
get,
more,
yeah, they'd be weirdly compressed once they. hit
Maybe
the
I think
atmosphere.
the point is that you wouldn't know what the fuck it is, and I
yeah,
think
Right.
ideally, in this whole scenario, they would like decompose in the sky and dissipate. I think, and that it would be a very rare occurrence to find one on land. It just in theory. It's
I would say
fucking
depending on the way
nonsense.
they die. Depending on the way they die.
The predators. There's got to be sharks up there, right?
Yeah, we're looking at a
Space
shark.
Jesus fucking
It's a
Christ!
space shark.
Thought I was afraid of fucking diaper weirdos. These space sharks are giving me the willies.
That's a space worm that's being compressed too hard right now,
They space.
Like-
hitting magnetic force.
Well,
What-
you know, I actually have something else to say about that it might actually be.
Yes, sir.
Because if you think about how fish have water bladders, and when a fish's water bladder doesn't work,
Isn't that where
floats to the
piss is
surface.
stored?
In the water,
the water
bladder. Yeah, and also in the balls. But if let's just say this is completely theoretical because we have no way to fucking prove this is real.
I store my
But-
piss in my brain.
No, that makes a lot of sense. But if one of these creatures, say sky bladder, ended up not working, it would have the opposite effect because it would drop instead of rise, kind of like how the fish do in the water.
Yeah, they need to fill their air sacs.
Yeah.
I got
Lots of sacks.
sack
Lots of
race.
sacks.
So, like, take a look at the last frame on this video. You see how like what I'm seeing right here is it's almost like it's camouflage.
When it's all balled up, is that what you're
Wow.
looking at?
Yeah,
It's all,
it turns into a little cloud and it hides among the clouds.
Well, that was
Yeah.
also another thing
Yeah.
that I read back in the day about or I guess they were called sky beasts. They would camouflage as clouds to hunt.
What would they be hunting?
hunting. What did they? Yeah, it don't make no fucking
Birds.
sense.
Airplanes,
Hold on.
nigga.
Hold on.
Airplanes.
I actually have something really good about this because humans have like perfected ways that you can wear like a cloak and it mirrors back the environment so that you become essentially invisible. And lots of animals have skin pigment that can actually cloak itself as well. So who's to say that's not what's happening? And then when they die and they're visible like this, dying, that kind of skin pigment thing, like how cuttlefish do, it's malfunctioning because they're dying. Their flesh is dying, and that's why we can see them. You don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I just zoned out on everything you just said.
Dude, I'm just
sorry.
gonna fly up there and ask them.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Well, I have a story about a space snake from a NASA astronaut.
I love this one.
See, like I like the space. I like the idea of zodiacal creatures
Zodiacal.
flying. Yeah,
Celestial,
like, I guess-
celestial. I
Something
think is
new.
more the word.
yeah, or something like that. I heard.
Celestial.
Yeah, so like these things would be like they're creatures flying through the fucking space, like in that void, in that
In like lower space,
Like,
the upper
when you-
sky kind of area.
Yeah, when you think like a organism would evolve to that point.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it makes perfect sense to me that there would be creatures in the atmosphere that we're not aware of that exist in the atmosphere, not in the sky, and not like that have
Yeah.
nothing to do with the ground. That makes perfect sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. I don't think it's UFOs. I think it's much more likely to be
Yeah.
an organism in the sky. I don't know if that's what I'm
The government has created an organism to combat global warming.
I'm still gonna call them demons. I'm gonna
That's
still
fine.
call them demons.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
they're pure evil.
you ever like,
demons!
you ever crushed up a straw wrapper and like poured water onto it?
No.
that is a good way to fake a UFO, huh?
That's a great snack.
That's a snack. Okay, speaking of snacks, we got a space snack. When Franklin Story Musgrave, a physician and NASA astronaut of 6 space flights between 1973 and 1993, was asked what he thought was out there in the wider galaxy, he said living creatures, far more developed as civilizations. That's why I make an effort to communicate. Later, Musgrave elaborated that there are other civilizations that have been around for 1 million years that are doing unimaginable kinds of things. I guess he's just making shit up there. I don't know. The more you fly in space, the more you see an incredible amount of things out there, and that sort of brings to you really a certainty that other living creatures are out there, said Musgrave. Some incredibly primitive, more primitive, some just proteins coming together, amino acids, and some just single-cell organisms. During an interview in 1995, Musgrave made a fascinating account of an extraterrestrial snake being that he encountered in space. On 2 of my missions, I have seen a snake out there, 6, 7, 8 feet long. It is rubbery because it has internal waves in it, and it follows you for a rather long period of time. Musgrave reiterated his encounter with the snake on 2 separate flights. He even took photographs of it, of which I could absolutely not find.
Yeah, where the fuck are they?
He described it as a 7-foot eel swimming out there in space. However, he did concede it may be an uncritical rubber seal from a main engine. He says, I might be considered eccentric because I do believe in extraterrestrial beings. Now he's 85 years old, apparently. I know the probabilities are close to 0, but I do tell the extraterrestrials to come down and get me. So I think what he's saying about civilizations out there, intelligent life, I think that's all just shit he's pulling out of his ass. But he does say that he saw like a snake-like creature in space, and that I'd give a little more credence to.
I'm a snake.
Well, you think there would be some fucking organisms that could exist like in space, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. I
like there
I
has
just
to
said
be
that, yeah.
like life, whatever. The fact that there's deep ocean, whatever, there's always a fucking organism at somewhere living and thriving. It doesn't matter.
I would think that's true. That's what my
So-
gut tells me. I am not a scientist. I hate
Right.
scientists.
I looked it up. Space itself, that just the area between planets and moons and all that shit, it's predominantly made of plasma of hydrogen and helium, as well as electromagnetic radiation, magnetic fields, neutrinos, dust. No, neutrinos. But
The Nudarinis. Not the Nudarini.
no, I actually, like I said, it's very implausible, but at the same time, I really want to believe something like that exists just from like a science perspective, because that would be really fucking cool.
And like Earth, the space existed way before planet. I don't know.
Well,
you would
depends
think.
on what you believe here.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
But I was gonna say though, okay, think of like critters outside of their natural habitats. I used to have a shitload of rubber eels back when I was a little kid. And these rubber eels would climb out of the water because they were looking for new, like, greener pastures. So who's to say some kind of organism couldn't evolve on a planet that had lower, like, atmospheric pressures and eventually mutate into something that could exist in the vacuum of space? I don't know.
Albino Hydra says, if life can thrive in my diaper, there's life in space.
There you go.
Want to see life? Look in your diaper.
Yeah,
Well, another thing I was
get
going
that
to say is
magnifying glass.
if little critters could like survive on hydrothermic vents, maybe that's given credence to some other kind of critter being able to survive in a vacuum of space.
Here's something. These beings are in a accelerated evolution due to all the chemtrails in the sky.
Hot take. That's a hot take.
That's pretty cool.
Something is making these suckers appear. They now have a food source.
Oh, we got a Cuckoo Chulu in the chat. Says, I believe there is a direct line of plasma that connects Earth, Moon, Saturn, Orion Nebula.
Cool.
I've heard about something like that.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I wonder what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's probably delicious, dude.
Oh god, I hope it tastes like ice cream.
So, okay, do you
Cookies and
guys?
cream.
Speaking of extraterrestrial life, do you guys believe in the avian humanoids, the bird people?
Yes,
I do. I
That's-
always do.
I want to believe.
I put
they
that
have
shit.
cloacas.
I put that shit right in the same category as the Palladian shit.
Hey, remember,
because,
Chad,
like,
when I say cloacas,
Gay
That
woo woo
drama-
bullshit.
yeah, them motherfuckers fall under that because like that's a common trend with them as well. Even though like Yakov, you showed me an account where they were violent, but usually these things are supposed to be like
stewards of wisdom.
spiritual like beings that
That's
are
what I'm
like
saying.
basically a species that have reached their singularity.
You know,
So-
it's really interesting that we have, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I don't believe the humanoid aliens that resemble things on Earth either are completely fake and gay or completely real,
Yeah.
because you have the mantis people, you have the ant people, you have the bird people, you have
Mantoids.
maybe you have crab people. I don't
That's
know.
true.
Crabs are pretty based. So it's
Okay.
either complete bullshit or like maybe they're a seeded race. Because that's what I watched a documentary. Sorry, I keep talking. I'm really sorry. I watched a documentary that said that cephalopods are not of this earth. So I don't know. I know Yakov
That's the
doesn't believe
stupidest thing
octopus.
I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
Well, you know what,
Fungi. Fungi cannot be of this
That
earth.
that makes more
Dude.
sense to me. I don't really buy that either, but that does make more sense.
Well, what's
I would
interesting
like a
about fungi is they
racist.
actually have
You're
more
sounding
in common with humans than
you're
plants.
sounding kind of sus, Yakov. Kind of
Shut
sounding
the
like
hell up, Doro.
like a cephalopod man.
It's like-
Yakov's the imposter.
There are no
Shit my
cephalopods
diaper.
on this earth.
There are none. I'm Yakov. I do not believe in octopus. They're
I am
fake.
a human. Shit your diaper and
Everyone shit right now.
Shit and come in your diaper.
shit your diaper and flush it in the toilet for
Shit and
consumption.
cum. Right at once.
Buy my cephalopod t-shirt.
Do you think an octopus would be really good at changing a diaper with all those arms?
Oh man!
I bet that
yeah.
octopus could clean your asshole better than you could ever imagine.
One
The
hand
suction
like-
cups.
This is off topic, but have you ever seen Life After People?
Yes.
I have not.
Yeah. No, but we
Care about that.
Apparently, cephalopods end up becoming the antisetters. I
That
guess
wasn't
that's the
even
word.
life after people. That was the future
Yeah.
is wild.
Whatever. I was high watching it. Sorry.
Okay, whatever. Let's talk about the avian humanoids. I don't care about this stupid fucking TV show. It's not
I
even
was
good.
working in food. and
Avian
got
ass
stoned.
niggas.
Dude, okay, let me go over this. Let's go over this site.
Avian ass niggas.
Avian ass niggas are a common motif in mythology, folklore, and popular fiction. The term avians usually refers to an alien species. In 1962, on a desolate stretch of French road, a businessman claimed to have encountered a gang of aggressive bird-like beings, which not only blocked his car, but it allegedly attacked him. The first account of this utterly unique close encounter was published in 1968 in volume 14 something issue of the Flying Saucer Review. The report came from a man who was at the time described as a young researcher from the southern part of France named Lionel Trigano. According to Trigano, the witness, who would be referred to only as Mr. S, was a solidly built man in his 50s who ran an important garage in Hérault, France. I'm sure I'm butchering these words. Trigano.
I gotta ask though.
Yes, please.
Sorry, when I was reading this, I was like, why are those things in quotes? Because that makes it really weird.
Dude, that's
like,
been
French people
who ran an important garage.
That's been the story of my entire
Driving a
evening
car.
reading things, bro. And they always put
Also-
shit in quotes. It makes it sus.
Also, when you want to go to the next, I actually have that text you sent me brought up, so I can read sometime if you
Oh,
want.
dude, do you want to read? Read.
I'll let you do this one. I'll get the next one. Whatever you want to go to.
Thanks, Matt. Trigano interviewed the perturbed eyewitness, who, under strict conditions of anonymity, confided his perplexing tale to the youngest ufologist. I'm doing a very good job for being drunk as shit, to be honest. Here is the witness's own account of the event, which was translated by John C. Hugill and published in the FSR under the title Strange Encounters in Var. And like all good tales of horror, this one begins on a dark and stormy night. One evening in November 1962, I was driving along a minor departmental road in Var. It was a dark night and raining in torrents, so that I was driving with my lights full on. The trip had been thus far uneventful, but it would soon take a literal turn into the twilight zone. According to the Observer, rounding the bend, I saw 80 meters, just over 260 feet ahead, a group of figures clustered in the middle of the road. I slowed down to avoid the group, and at the same moment, it split into two parts, suddenly and jerkily. It was then that Mr. S noticed that there was something decidedly unnatural about the mob of jaywalkers blocking his passage. My window was down, and I leaned out, my head out slightly to see what was the matter. It was then that I saw the beasts, some kind of bizarre animals with the heads of birds and covered with some sort of plumage, which were hurling themselves from two sides towards my car. This petrifying confrontation with unknown and decidedly violent creatures would be more than enough to disturb anyone. But just when things seemed to have reached maximum levels of high strangeness, they took a turn for the downright bizarre. Terrified, I wound up my window, accelerated like a madman, and stopped 150 meters, approximately 500 feet, further on. I turned round and saw these things, these beasts, these nightmarish sort of beings, which were heading with a sort of flapping of wings towards a luminous, dark blue object, which hung in the air over a field on the other side of the road. Mr. S then described this ostensibly extraterrestrial vehicle in more detail. It resembled two plates, upside down and placed on one another. As if a flock of attacking birdmen and a hovering UFO would not strain the sanity of even the hardiest individual, Mr. S put the proverbial cherry on the sundae with his final observations. On reaching it, the UFO, these birds were literally sucked into the underpart of the machine as if by a whirlwind. Then I heard a dull sound, clack, and the object flew off at a prodigious speed and finally disappeared. With the birds literally sucked into the underpart of the machine as if by whirlwind. It's reminding me of that part of the movie Samsara where like the chicks are getting like sucked up and like obliterated to make fucking chicken sussies.
Oh yes.
It was reminding me of gooses getting
Chicken
sucked into plane
sussers?
engines.
Sussies. Yeah.
It seems.
So, do we believe in this account? Is this what aliens do? They show up just to like fuck with you, and be like,
I actually
generally
like,
belligerent.
Sounds like he's describing some sort of,
Drunk teenager.
in old school terms, like a saucer. But now that you think about it, like a big fucking drone, like a one big blade, one big engined thing
With a
that's
bunch of
you know
turkeys on
hovering.
it?
Well, when I was Sorry.
You know, maybe they're not turkeys.
What I was gonna say was like maybe the new intern aboard the spaceship accidentally let all the food go by pressing the wrong button, and they had to suck up the turkeys back into the ship, back into the ship's cloaca.
Turkey.
Yeah, suck them turkeys.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said cloaca.
That's okay. Yeah, I was getting into a
I'll
fight.
drink that.
I need a little bit of what's
Gravity?
positive reinforcement here. I was in the old UFO Discord group that I found randomly, and I said to them that the UFOs they're implying aliens. These things go from the sky right into the water. What makes you think that space has anything to do with this? That they're probably from underground. There probably are technology in underground bases. And that's probably the origin of all of this. But all of these alien dudes, they jumped on me over it, implying the government was saying nothing about aliens, that they've been working with aliens since the 40s, and all of my theories are stupid. How could they get vehicles that can go? I don't know what the fuck they wanted. They were saying the technology was so intelligent that we couldn't even have done it.
Well, whatever that like all these like UFO guys think like since the 40s, it's not extraterrestrials. It's not.
I've heard the stories about how we've been like covertly ruled by aliens since the 40s. Like Bill Cooper, he explained all of this. He went on to believe that he was being used to disseminate false information about that. And that wasn't true at all. But a lot of guys did say that, like Phil Snyder backed that up. Then there is like Admiral Byrd's like nephew or grandson or whatever he was that said that Valiant Thor, the Venusian, was working with the government.
It was Valiant Thor.
Oh wow, that's an even better title.
The power bottom.
I guess that's what he was.
Only for you,
But
Flame.
I think these stories of being in contact with the UFOs all of this time, like that's been around for a while, and a lot of it seems very credible. My issue is like I like Phil Snyder, who said he was like blown apart. His hand was like blown off by like reptilians underground and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to believe him. I think he thinks he's telling the truth. I think these motherfuckers have been like MK Ultra'd for a long time. That's what I believe.
Possible.
I think
if you
Bill Cooper kind of shows that in saying that like he was used to disseminate information. He was shown false information so that he would go talk about it. And once he went against the grain, they went out and tried to kill him. And eventually they did.
Speaking of going against the grain, I really wish I would have took you up on letting me read because I've been wanting to read this in a French accent the entire time. Can I read the last part in a French accent?
I feel like I read the whole thing. Did I not read the whole
No,
thing?
there's one little paragraph left. There's one little bit left.
Oh, cool.
You kind of stopped.
There's
in the
like
middle
three
of it.
more. Yeah, I didn't realize, but I'm
Okay.
sure it didn't matter. Feel free.
Let me light up a smoke real quick.
Oh, a little French inhale.
The width of this document is insane. I can't trying to read it and it expands like 2 monitors.
Lots of things.
It was way
You'll
more
find
notes
that
than
out.
I actually needed.
Well, I'll just read the last part because I've been wanting to read this just in a French accent this entire time. Okay.
Please.
On reaching it, these birds were literally sucked into the underpart of the machine as if by a whirlwind. Then I heard a dull sound, clack, and the object flew at prodigious speed and finally disappeared.
I did read
It
that.
seems strange that these bipedal creatures were sucked into the flying saucer.
This is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Well, fuck you! I tried, goddammit! I'm trying to do my best here!
It was German, I thought.
I know,
Sorry,
I mixed
German.
up French and German because they're so fucking similar languages. I hate everything. Fuck me. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm actually doing it.
Don't kill yourself, Matt. Don't kill yourself.
Wet fart sound, please. Right now, I need to hear it.
I am just a wet fart. That's all I am.
All right, I want to get back into flying snakes a little bit. I have some footage of a cryptid that I have to show everybody. It's very important.
While you're putting that up, Whiskey Bone said the chickens know too much.
That's true. That's true.
That is true. Can't confirm.
Oh, let's get up.
Oh!
Just fucking everything up. Let's make sure everybody can hear this. It's important.
Oh, this is really a nice date.
It is. It is. Did you just hear something? We should get out of here. We should get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see anything down here. No snakes down here.
No snakes down here.
Is that Lloyd Kaufman? That's Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah.
They're flying!
My wife, that's even worse.
Frank, what are you doing?
Daddy?
It's not what you think.
Jerry! Jerry!
Big, what's going on here?
Is that fucking chocolate syrup?
Yes.
Blood fucking everywhere. Flying snakes.
Not just regular snakes, but flying snakes.
Damn it, these fucking snakes are not affected by our goddamn gravity. This cheap ass shit we have here.
Yeah.
A real difference.
That woman.
In the real world, there's snakes out there eating people's faces off.
It's sad to say, I didn't think Lloyd Kaufman could stoop any lower.
This is great. What are you talking about?
The snakes shoot missing.
No!
Fucking Christ.
I mean, I'll
Holy
watch it.
shit.
I don't know what it was. I enjoyed it and I felt like it was relevant to the stream.
I like that. That was nice.
That's it, yeah. That was definitely Lloyd Kaufman.
It's funny. I met Lloyd Kaufman at a convention, and he's like, "Yeah, do you watch my movies?" I'm like, "Yeah, I pirate all of them." And he's like, "Oh, well, you know," he's like, "Fuck you."
Is that what he
You
said?
didn't pay me for my movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said,
he's
"Fuck
fucking.
you."
He's
That's funny.
he's funny as shit. He's like one of those
Oh, yeah.
guys, like Mel Brooks. Like I love that motherfucker.
Right.
I don't even know who he is.
I got a poster on the wall. Return to Nukem High. It's a Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
director.
he's the
I've seen
director
that.
producer.
Oh,
of
he's the
Toxic-
trauma guy?
Yeah, he's the
that's-
fucking father
Okay,
of trauma,
I'm with you.
man.
I'm with
That's
you.
who that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Oh my god. I was looking at the chat. Everyone said I sound like a retard. Albino
I
Hydra
mean-
sounded Australian.
That's funny.
Conrad said I felt like I was in gay Paris.
Gay.
You have to say Gay Paris,
Gay
bro.
Paris.
Gay Paris.
I felt like I was in gay Paris.
See, I love it.
Right.
I think you should just keep it going.
Yeah,
I
Fuck the
just felt
chat.
like this for the rest of the night.
Yeah. Fuck
do you
the
wanna,
chat.
do you want to read about Namibian flying snakes in a French accent? They might have been a French colony at some point. I don't know.
Okay, I'll try again. I'm so sorry. I suck, everybody.
Nibian?
Namibia.
No, Namibia, not Nibia.
Namibia.
Is that a laugh track?
Namibia.
I'm actually not seeing that on the notes you sent me.
Alright,
Where the
well,
fuck is it?
you're an absolute bitch.
Yes.
Under you're putting the audience, the live studio audience, to sleep right now.
Oh, no, I got it. Okay, I'm just gonna read it in my own stupid gay accent.
Gay.
I'll try. Okay. The Namibian flying snake is an odd gargantuan serpent that it is possibly derived from African legends of dragons. It is described as being yellow, brown with light spots, or black. It is reported at being 9 to 25 feet long and can supposedly camouflage into its surroundings.
Terrible.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm trying to entertain people, not be.
Be
You know what that is?
entertaining, Matt. Use your gay normal voice then.
Did the crowd awe you?
They did.
Yeah, they just
it was
did. You know
adorable.
You know what? I'm getting close. I'm reaching for it.
Okay, go on, Matt. You can go on in whatever voice you would like to go on in.
It has many other strange features, such as a bioluminescent crest, horns, and a neck that can inflate and deflate easily, possibly by gulping down air. And leathery bat wings that it doesn't glide with, but is capable of sustained flight. It has a wingspan of 30 feet. It is said to make a loud and frightening roar sound. It is also said to smell. Shut up. It is also said to smell like tar. But that's one of the interesting things that I thought about this. It smells like tar.
That is disgusting. Well, it reminds me of like the idea of Bigfoot smelling like sulfur, and like the idea of like, I don't know what exactly the smells. I don't know. It sounds like it's in the same ballpark. It's not the same smell, but it's like smelling brimstone, the burning hell that these creatures come through a portal through.
Ah,
whatever.
it's
the hell beast.
Or as a reaction.
It's the residue of
Right.
atmospheric fucking. It's ripping through dimensions, and it leaves like a
That's why
burnt.
it's stinky.
It's the chemical
atmosphere.
reaction smell of when it happened, or whatever.
Whatever.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
matter.
You know what I'm saying?
It
though,
don't
when it
fucking matter.
Yeah, it's the wet
Well,
fart. When you
dude.
fall out of the ass of the sky, you get a wet fart smell.
The
Some
Namibian.
dudes be shitting sulfur anyways when they be eating eggs.
That's what we do.
I mean,
Oh my
that's
god.
probably what Bigfoot's problem is. This nigga eat too many eggs.
Oh, we've all had that problem before. High cholesterol. Let me tell you.
Sorry, Jugs in the chat said flying tar baby.
That's true.
Oh god.
That's true.
Anyway,
So-
and to get what? Sorry, Greasy. Grease.
It wasn't Grease.
I-
that was me.
I wasn't
that was
me.
me. Are you gonna read more matter? Do I?
You guys are
have
like
to
the
do
same
it?
person. Who knows? And to get into the air, it hurls itself down hills. It is apparently covered in scales.
It reminds me. That reminds me of the hoop snake. The hoop snake, how like it bites
That's what
its
I thought
tail and
about.
then rolls down the hill. That's very.
That's what I thought about.
Ah.
It is found in the Karas region of Namibia. This serpent was said to have been seen in 1942 by Michael Esterhuizer. He was tending to his flock of sheep on a farm.
What accent was that?
Esterhuizer?
Go on.
That was Brap speak.
Brap
Yeah,
speak.
Brap speak. That's what we speak on the show is Brap speak.
There you go. Tending to his flock.
Sheep on a farm 60 kilometers west of the town of Keetmanshoop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, shoop de whoop.
Keetmanshoop.
When he saw a massive snake hurl itself down a hill. The hoop snake, there you go.
Yep.
That's why I thought of it too when I was reading this at work. He said he encountered it 2 other times. In the late 1950s on a farm near Goageb, a group of farmers and missionaries were around... Hold on. A group of farmers and missionaries were around 7 dead sheep. They're just like hanging around. Okay. Which were bitten by some kind of snake-like creature with 2 puncture marks that were slightly ajar. But no one understood the fact that the land around them had a soot-like substance in some areas, and patches of soot were also noticed on the
Burning hellfire from the hellfires of hell, coming through the portals to hell.
The chupacabra, bruh.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense. If we're thinking this thing can pass through dimensions and through like, portals or whatever, or demonic, yeah, sure.
Yeah, call it what it
like
is.
If it's going through any kind of portals, it's going to have some kind of residue from the previous thing
Little
in the passage
schmutz.
through. Schmutz? Really? We doing that?
Covered in schmutz when you come out of that portal.
He was the snake was covered in schmutz.
Okay,
and he was unclean.
Okay, we've gone too far. Go.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You
It's okay.
started it.
I
You
started it. Is the problem?
No, he's Polish. Let him alone. Another sighting was in 1978, where a French farmer who was tending his cattle in the Karas region, when he saw a bright white light, and then he noticed it was heading straight towards him. Then afterwards, he heard a massive thud, and he heard one of his cattle moo in pain. What would that sound like? Like, moo.
I don't know. I don't speak cow.
Yeah, I'm rusty.
I mean, I could make a dirty joke.
That sounds like what Greasy would be doing to a cow.
Yeah.
As he rushed to check what attacked the cow, he saw the snake. He quoted to the local police, "I saw what looked like, as the best massing description I can give you, is that it looked like a dragon. It had a bright white light on its head, which was blinding me. The color of it was brown and yellow. It had green eyes. There was a tar-like smell coming from it, and it had smoke out of its nostrils.
UFOs from hell.
Then he has to meet a renditionist.
Oh, I have the picture.
And that renditionist can be seen above and uncolored.
It can be seen in time when I get my shit together.
For now,
What do you guys think?
Oh.
Go on.
I was just going to say, while you're doing that, I was just going to say that this thing probably had a cloaca.
Just in time for me to get the artist's rendition of the Namibian flying serpent on screen.
Remember, audience, when I say cloaca, you drink too.
You got to drink.
So everyone drinks.
It's
I'm still thinking about the cow, the cow moaning in pain.
I bet you are, dude. Does that bring you back?
Yes. Prom night. Prom night for Greasy. That cow was moaning.
Mine was more of a pig squealing
in pain.
My prom night.
I mean, to be fair, I dated a girl that was kind of in between those two things. So it's
a bacon cow.
So, where do I want to go on here? Let's go to the fucking butterfly people. Let's talk about that.
I like that one. That was interesting.
The butterfly people of Joplin. It's almost like a mirror to the Mothman. People say
Oh shit.
Hey. People say they saw them on May 22nd in 2011 when a deadly tornado devastated the town being Joplin. From that day, pictures of the destruction surfaced. Stories of the missing and the survivors dominated the news. The world got a glimpse of the tragedy that occurred in southwest Missouri. But one strange story remains almost 3 years later. The story of the butterfly people. In the wake of the destruction, after the wind had settled, children who endured the storm began telling those family, friends, and relatives the stories of what they saw. Some said that the butterfly people protected them during the storm.
Told them to leave. I'm sorry.
Although there were many versions of the story, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch reports that there were two common descriptions of the sighting. Both of those accounts share the same foundation. The tornado barreled toward a child and a parent, but the child saw a butterfly person hovering above, protecting them. In both stories, the parent and child emerged unharmed. As the accounts circulated, more and more children came forward, saying they too saw the butterfly people. Some say they believe that the butterfly people were angels. Others call them an indescribable presence. And to me, it's like the same story as the Mothman, where the Mothman comes to warn of an impending disaster. I guess the difference would be the Mothman failed to warn people, whereas the butterfly people were like actually competent.
I thought the Mothman was connected to the bridge collapsing.
Some say
not
that.
Trying to.
Some say
Yeah.
The general idea is that he is a harbinger of doom. So he shows
this-
up before it happens. So that would kind of be a warning, depending if you have context or
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
What caused the bridge to collapse at that time?
I think it was
it
just
shitty
natural-
infrastructure and
structural
weight.
failure.
Yeah.
Because this was like a natural disaster, so I
Yes.
guess.
Well, these are
What-
the female versions of
The sexy
the
ones?
Mothman. I'd like to
Well,
believe it
no,
was
hold
cute
on.
little butterfly GF.
I actually am. I mean, I'm in that area. I don't live in Missouri, but I dated or hung out with a girl from who actually lives in Joplin, and I asked her about it, and she said, I mean, this isn't the greatest story, but I mean, she said like she does remember talking to kids or whatever that had definitely described, or it was known, and she had talked to kids that had described exactly what you're talking about. Because I watched a special on it about exactly what you just talked about, but she didn't elaborate any harder. But like, it's definitely like not just straight up fucking TV bullshit. Like, there's people that talk about that live in that area.
That's some of my favorite stuff, those modern cryptid sightings. 2011. You don't normally get stuff that's past like 1995, to be honest.
For real. I got two things to say about this. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking of the contrast between the moth and the butterfly. The butterfly is kind of, they're pollinators, they're daytime, they're diurnal, they are spreaders of pollen, so that like plants get, pollinated and new vegetables grow and all that stuff. Moths are kind of like the shitty version of butterflies because they're about destruction. Because if you've ever opened up a bag of flour that you had sitting in your cupboard for like 6 months, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find some kind of moth larva inside there. And you're not going to find that with butterflies. They only attack.
It's good for you, though. Eat the bugs.
Yes, it's
It's a
more
high
protein.
source of protein.
It's more protein, but moths are kind of like the positive and good aspect, and the moth is kind of like the dark aspect because they only come out at night, unless we're talking about hummingbird moths. Also, to wrap this up, I just have to say that butterflies and moths both have cloacas.
Oh, God. I'm like so drunk. I still have shit to read.
This is why I picked this topic!
Is
Holy
it technically
Holy fuck,
a
dude.
cloaca?
Ah!
No, for real. Is it technically?
Yes, because
I don't know.
on the end,
It's a multi-purpose hole, I assume.
on the end of a butterfly's abdomen, they have a multi-purpose hole that is essentially a cloaca. It's an ovipositor for the females, and
yeah.
Actually, I don't even know. Some butterfly species actually do not, like, they feed only for energy, but they don't actually shit. They just die.
You think they stick their proboscis in each other's
Probiscoid?
multi-holes?
Did you just read that?
They probe their multi-holes like that?
The multi-holes? The multi-holes? The multi-holes!
Oh, man, that's pretty good. All right, well, let's get on from here. We were talking about a very positive creature in the butterfly people. I want to move on to Frank Shaw's gargoyle, something far more negative, and I'm going to try to read this before I'm just way too drunk to even go on.
You want me to read it? I really enjoyed it.
I want to read, bro.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Yakov.
We'll do some popcorn reading. I'll send it to you. Then we can send it to
I
Doro.
love popcorn. Oh my God.
Crystal moth is my drug of choice, red color says.
Frank Shaw's gargoyle is a bizarre monster sighted in 1989. A NASA employee had a horrifying encounter with a winged, jet-black, malevolent monstrosity. An encounter that would haunt him for the rest of his life. On a blustery evening sometime in 1986, Frank Shaw, a NASA archivist at Houston's Johnson Space Center, claimed to have had a terrifying run-in with a creature that seemed to hail from beyond mythology. While information regarding this case is admittedly sparse, Shaw's daughter, Desiree, would eventually reveal the details of this mysterious run-in to author Nick Redfern in 2004. Desiree testified that she first realized that something was dreadfully wrong when her father returned home late one night after working at the Space Center. While neither Desiree nor her mother were particularly alarmed by Shaw's tardiness, as he often was required to work into the wee hours, they were both dismayed by his alarmingly apprehensive demeanor. The pair attempted to comfort Shaw, who was eventually able to compose himself enough to regale them with a terrifying tale of his brush with the unknown. According to Shaw, he was walking to his car at the end of his shift when he happened to glance up and see a ghastly black gargoyle-like figure perched ominously on the edge of one of the Space Center's buildings. Matt.
Yes.
Also, Doro, your breathing is melodic to my ears. He has a good mic. Go on, Matt.
Okay. Shaw claimed that he was frozen in horror at the sight of this astounding apparition, which, according to his description, was a jet-black humanoid that seemed to have a large cape, quote-unquote, draped across its shoulders.
What?
As if it weren't bizarre enough,
Why?
he claimed that
Why
he saw
that?
Yeah, that sounds spooky as fuck.
It's just like the Marvel movies.
Oh my God.
Go on.
He claimed that he saw two massive bat-like wings sticking out of either side of the fabric, or perhaps wrinkled flesh of what he perceived to be a cape. This description seems to bear at least a passing resemblance not only to the notorious Mothman, but also of the Owlman of Cornwall, which I've
old
never
bastard,
heard about.
hate him. Sucks.
I never heard of that.
Me either.
Maybe I
Just
have heard of
assuming.
that. Maybe we did an episode of that.
He's
and
a
I was
bitch.
Because he's a night owl and you never see him.
Yeah,
Cornwall,
he's going.
Where even is that? Who cares?
Cornwall is.
Don't care.
Fuck
Well,
Cornwall.
the which are said to be winged humanoid creatures, which elicit an irrational fear in those who witness them. There is a chance that it may also be associated with the eight-faced cryptid known colloquially as the Big Bird.
How would the fear be irrational in any of these cases? It's very rational if you see these fucking things to shit your
Because
fucking
it's
pants.
crackheads reporting this shit. Probably.
Maybe they're talking about somebody that's afraid of Big Bird from Sesame Street.
The Big Bird. We could go into this, but I don't think we're gonna have time for that. It doesn't even matter. It has an ape face, which is the most interesting thing about Big Bird.
Oh, I read that and I was just like, "What the fuck? Like, what do you?"
That's
Anyway,
creepy.
Let's go on.
I will go on. Which terrified the residents of South Texas's Rio Grande Valley just a decade previously. Shaw told them that his awestruck family not only that he had seen the creature, but it had stared directly down at him. Shaw would later assert that he believed that that ended.
Believe that this being actually seemed to be savoring the fact that it had managed to inspire such terror in the archivist. How Shaw came to this conclusion was not fully explained. It was at this point that the gargoyle seemed to unfurl its wings, which Shaw stated made a crackling noise as it took flight in the powerful howling gusts. The sound of the crackling wings seemed to snap Shaw out of his stupor, and he turned and sprinted toward his vehicle. In what must have been the longest moments of his life, Shaw fumbled with his keys, unlocked the car door, dove inside, started the engine, and drove into the blackness of the night, too terrified to even look back to see if he was being pursued by this winged, ebony atrocity. That's some decent wording there.
That's
pretty good. So,
oh, sorry.
Do you got anything? Feel free.
Well, so every time I feel like my brain's broken, and every time like I hear something like how the wings unfurled, I just think of World of Warcraft. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard. Shut the fuck
up.
Despite what must have been some initial skepticism, Shaw's family rallied behind their patriarch, believing that his harrowing tale was not merely a flight of fancy, but the simple truth. Nevertheless, both Desiree and her mother admonished Shaw not to tell his superiors about the incident, lest his credibility, or worse yet, his sanity, be called into question. Shaw agreed with his daughter and wife, but as the days turned into weeks, he was unable to get the memory of his close encounter with this flying fiend out of his mind. Finally, Shaw decided to screw up his courage, and that's a weird turn of phrase there.
I know. What was that?
And confide in his immediate supervisor.
Mistake.
Much to Shaw's delight, he was not met with incredulity or mockery, but instead was informed that he was not the first Johnson Space Center employee to have seen this enigmatic entity skulking in the isolated areas of the station. In fact, Shaw's boss revealed that a secret file had been opened on the creature just a few months prior to Shaw's sighting. The supervisor stated that the file had been created in response to the gruesome deaths of two of the base's German shepherds. Apparently, the corpses of the hideously mutilated and exsanguinated, I guess that means the blood removed.
Yeah.
The exsanguinated canines had been discovered in exactly the same area where Shaw had seen this gargoyle. Following I know, it is a fucking shame. Big F.
Sorry.
Following his unusual confession, Shaw's story made its way up the chain of command until it apparently came to the attention of some NASA officials, who, in classic Men in Black fashion, decided to interrogate the witness. According to Desiree, her father was intensely grilled by what she referred to as NASA security people who were flown in from somewhere in Arizona. That much I know. So basically, they glowed hard.
Yep.
These NASA security people made it clear to Shaw that it would be in his and his family's best interest to refrain from telling his bizarre story to anyone else. This might well explain why Desiree waited nearly 18 years to tell her father's tale. While there may have been no new public records of this entity in over 2.5 decades, which may be due in no small part to NASA's policy of silence, there seems to be a fairly good chance that this bloodthirsty gargoyle may well be lurking in the shadows of the Johnson Space Center, waiting to swoop down and strike again. I always like stories from NASA employees, to be honest. Get something.
That's what I was going to say. Yes. But what I always think, whenever a few months ago, I was at work, and I was listening to the episode of the Paranormies where they were talking about how NASA was formed by, I can't remember any of the people's names, but it was literally
Operation
formed...
Paperclip.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Paperclip. It was something else. It was something else before that.
I beg to differ.
Well, okay, whatever. But what it was Aleister Crowley was involved.
Oh, with Jack Parsons, the brilliant young rocket scientist.
Yes. And that's why they had the Jack Parsons project. But yeah, that's what I always think when it comes to NASA, I don't think space anymore. Like when I was a kid, I thought that NASA was the coolest thing on the fucking earth because they were like, we're going to space. We're going to go to other planets. But now I realize it was literally just like Satanism and trying to summon demonic entities. And this sounds exactly like a demonic entity. That's exactly what it sounds like. Okay, goal achieved. You summon fucking demons.
A little bit of CERN action going on, something like that.
Yeah, CERN, all those motherfuckers, dude. They're tampering stuff that they don't know about.
Matt, are you of the opinion that space is fake?
No, I think space is real.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely real. But I think the perception that NASA and other people like Elon Musk is in on it too, of course, 100%.
Yes.
what they're trying
In
to
on
do.
it. Child sacrifices confirmed.
Yeah, it's all sacrificing to demons. Is all it is. And I definitely do. And like, this is gonna make me lose some friends, whatever. I don't really give a shit. I do think we landed on the moon, but once we reached that goal, they had to pull it back because we can't go that far.
I think we landed on the moon, but all the video and images are fake.
Yes.
My general take on
I
that.
can get behind that 100%. Like, I think it actually happened.
They
but I
found
think-
shit up there that they
No,
really
it was
can't
because
explain.
of the race with Russia. The initial footage
Yes.
is fake, right?
I agree with that.
That
100%.
is a really good take, to be honest.
Well, and it would be really hard to like, let alone go to the moon, but to like document it via videotape.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
And I'm
that'd
stealing
be-
another Paranormies take here, and I just want to say this real
Who
quick.
the fuck are the paranormies?
Are these people?
Some random podcast about
Brad,
aliens.
Brad, you're in the call right now. Who the fuck are the paranormies? Thanks, Brad.
Oh God.
Exactly.
He's in diapers.
Exactly.
Okay, I heard this in another podcast. Sorry, about how like the Van Allen radiation belt and how like they would film this stuff and like what Doro said. I actually really like what Doro said because I've been a believer in this for a long time. Like I think we went to the moon and like kind of like how Greasy said, like we found something we didn't like, and that's why I haven't been back because we were trying to get the up on Russia, who through their weird little mixing market economy with communism, they were starting to get with like Sputnik. Sputnik was the first satellite launched into space. They beat us there. They beat us there. And American pride, our stupid fucking pride, without any actual like realization of ourselves, decided to do the moon landing and just say, yeah, we did that without any actual proof. And the funny thing is, it took until, I mean, shit. I was on Skype with Cash last night. You know how hard it is to connect with people on fucking Skype? But apparently they were able to get crystal clear footage from the fucking moon.
What the fuck are you talking about, Matt? You reel it in there, son.
I'm reeling it
You're
in right
going
now.
off in a
I'm
quite
reeling
the
it in.
tangent.
I'm reeling it in right now.
Quite the fucking moon tangent that I don't give a crap about right now.
I want to
you're gonna
see
like
the
this. You're gonna
rainbow
like this.
I
flag
don't care
on the
about
moon
this.
now.
Well, no. What I'm
Right.
saying is, like, I think we went to the moon, but the footage was fake because, like, it's still hard for us to connect with somebody from Ohio to Texas. But we were able to get transmissions from the fucking moon to where Nixon was able to pick up a phone and call them. Does no one
guys
think
on-
that's suspicious?
Hey, you guys up
That's
on the
pretty
moon?
sus.
All right,
though.
cool. Thanks. Goodbye.
This is sus.
Y'all niggas got that.
Nixon's a mogus.
Yo,
All right,
Houston was the imposter. All
Houston
along.
was the imposter the entire time. God damn it!
Houston, can we get a vibe check?
I saw Houston venting in electrical.
I just thought of something. Where was Kennedy assassinated? Where was he
On
at?
the moon?
Houston.
No, he was in
It
Houston.
was Dallas.
He was in Houston.
It was
Oh,
Dallas.
Deep
there you
in
go.
it was a reptile temple.
It was Dallas. I heard a Misfits song about this one time. President's
Yeah,
bullet
I
rid
was
body in the
there.
street.
This is
I was
why
there.
we should nuke
Yeah,
Texas.
shattered his concrete.
Fuck you, I live there.
Sorry. Bye bye.
Get nuked, loser.
Bye-bye.
Sorry,
Get nuked
Mandy.
on.
Actually, you
Nah.
know what? I'll send a car for you. You're not getting nuked.
All right.
Oh, Brad.
But,
look
like,
out!
for
Look
real,
out for
to
the
wrap
weenie
up-
mobile.
To wrap up everything I was saying. To wrap up everything I was saying. I know that like the early people who started NASA were doing like really weird occult shit, especially with like, jerking off to kids and like fucking each other in the ass.
What?
No, seriously, I'm not kidding. That's what they were
That'll
literally
get you
doing.
to the moon for sure.
That'll get you somewhere, that's for fucking sure. And, NASA's goal was to get to the moon and all that stuff. And, the only reason we had the rockets because of Operation Paperclip, all that stuff, whatever. At the end of the day, I do think space is real. I do think we went to the moon. I do think we have sent the Mars rover to Mars. But I do think they're hiding 99% of everything that involves that from us. Because we found out it may be something we don't need to know. Because we're the fucking pros. We're the people that pay taxes. We don't need to know this shit.
Fly me to the moon.
I'm indifferent towards space. I don't even
Let
care.
me play among
Well, that's how I feel.
stars.
That's how I feel. I think I'm Why the fuck do I care? Now they're saying there's UFOs, but they haven't brought space up a single time, and it's like you haven't made this any more interesting to me. I literally only care about America. Sorry.
It's the same fucking video.
I don't even care about
every
America
time,
anymore.
dude.
Who am I kidding?
Yeah, and I don't even care about America either. Like, I care about what's at the bottom of the ocean.
I care.
Hold on.
Yeah, I agree with Matt.
Let me say this. Sorry to interject, but somebody said this. And, fuck you. But they said, hold on, listen. This is actually pretty cool. They said the whole UFO thing is going to be a cover up for when they start, the powers to be start destroying the Earth. Everyone's going to be like, oh my God, it's aliens. And the elite will say the Earth is under attack from extraterrestrial forces.
Called,
and,
yeah,
you know,
what is that called? Operation.
Is that Bluebeam? I mean, Bluebeam has a lot of. They say a lot of things about Bluebeam, so.
COVID was just like the initial run, how compliant the population globally is, and it passed with flying colors. So now,
which is really funny you say that, because
when you say destroying the Earth, sorry, Matt.
Yeah, destroying the Earth.
What purpose does anything, or at least human beings?
Okay, so this is pretty, you know, this is a long stretch, but let's say that they have the technology for robotics and AI essentially to fill in the rest of the jobs. So they destroy most of the Earth. That the elite are protected,
like
and
make it uninhabitable.
Well, to create Eden, to create paradise, and
falsy.
They will destroy.
It sounds like Alex Jones talking about how like most of like all the rest of the wilds in America are going to be like cordoned off, and it'll only be the elites who are allowed there, and the people will just live in cities.
Yeah, well, look, like the minorities that live off the grid and all, you know, in fairly unpopulated areas will be little to no threat. And in fact, they'll be, you know, granted to live out there, you know, unmolested by whatever's going on.
Doro's getting deep in this, and I like it.
Nobody's gonna have, you know, these small people won't do shit. They'll just be living their trad life. We get to live in tradition, and the elite get to have their fucking sodomy Eden paradise.
You're a little
So
hopeful
fuck 'em.
there, bud.
They're Mount Olympus, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to go to Thailand.
I don't even want to say Mount Olympus. That doesn't
allowed to
like
live off
Mount
the grid.
Olympus.
Nobody's allowed to
Mount
live off the
Olympus
grid.
gives the elites too much
Credit, non-pedo, like not being
credit,
disgusting.
but gives them like they're being the good guys and all this, because Mount Olympus was a positive place.
I don't know about that.
It was a prideful place as well.
Yeah,
Prideful. Well,
prideful.
that's a good point, because
Prideful.
they are the most prideful motherfuckers in the entire.
It was
God
like
damn.
decadence.
Yeah,
like extreme decadence.
But like
Hell
Mount
yeah.
Olympus for
Vanity
the
and
ancient
lust
Greeks.
and pride.
Mount Olympus for the ancient Greeks was where their gods came. Oh. Okay.
I love.
All right, Dora, I get it.
Dude,
Dora, you're like light
neurons
years
firing.
ahead of me.
Everybody wants to talk
Holy
about.
shit.
Everyone wants
I
to talk
accidentally
about
just
lust.
punched my glasses off my face. Holy shit.
Yes, Flame.
Everyone,
yeah,
wants to
brother.
everyone wants to talk about lust and talk about fucking pride and shit. But what about that gluttony, dog? Look at this
That's a
fucking
fucking
sandwich, bro. Look
gnarly
at this
sandwich.
shit.
What
dog.
the fuck?
Oh my god.
dude?
Flame, what are you eating, dude? What is that?
You must know.
Flame, can we check up on you later when you're filling that diaper?
The
dude?
gluttony,
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, can I get diaper cam when the
Yeah,
Doro,
we're
How'd
gonna
that
need a
poop
diaper
steak go?
update.
Doro needs to see the diaper before you flush it, please.
Hell yeah. I
Yeah,
want
let's see
weight,
it.
dude. I want.
Can I be your handler? Can I be your handler when you need it?
Who's gonna change you, bro?
What the fuck is that? Is that a burger,
God.
a Philly
No.
cheesesteak, or a
Yeah,
sandwich?
Philly cheesesteak.
Flame is
Jesus
nomadic,
Christ.
and Flame could pay a lot
So-
lizard to change that diaper.
Maddie, I just
Oh my
noticed
God.
the Bigfoot shirt you're wearing. I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking classic black flag logo. That's awesome.
There it is.
I have to
Much
say,
appreciated.
I'm
Bigfoot.
really pissed off about the lack of lot lizards in my town. But I have to say, Albino Hydra just posted a link in the chat. It's a trans rights praying mantis. I have never felt more angry.
Ban him for spam.
No, I'm not going to because he alerted me to something that I really fucking hate. Because praying mantises are one of the most noble insects on the entire fucking planet.
Did you see the new upload, the classic Skinwalker tapes clip where the parasite comes out of the praying mantis ass?
The 8-inch
I never
worm.
want to see that again. I hate you for showing it to me. Fuck you.
That was
Are you
insane.
sure?
It's crazy.
Do bugs have cloacas?
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
I don't think they do, but I have to drink anyway.
That
No,
thing
they
didn't
actually
come
do.
out of the cloaca.
Well,
that thing.
technically, the females have ovipositors. I've talked about this earlier.
Ovipositors, they're called?
Ovipositors. OVIPOST.
It's like a dick that
That's
lays
not
eggs.
sexy. Yeah, that ain't sexy.
Well, have
I
you
mean-
ever seen a movie called Meet the Applegates?
Come at me, bro.
Nobody's
Has anyone seen this movie, Meet the Applegates?
No, sir.
I'm watching.
There is
I'm
a
watching
scene in
Blade.
this movie. There's a scene in this
Jealous.
movie, and I'm not saying this is sexy at all, but what this family is, it's a family of praying mantis humanoids. And there's a
Mantoids.
scene
Yes.
where the daughter of the family is pregnant, and she's being confronted, and she like accidentally gives birth to an egg of a praying mantis, and the people confronting her smash it with their foot, and that stuck with me since I was a little kid because that was really fucking weird.
What the
Leave
fuck?
the eggs alone.
Don't you
No.
dare!
Greasy, look this movie up. It's called Meet the Applegates. It's
All right, I'll
fucking
look it up.
disgusting. I hate this movie.
Leave him alone. Don't crush the eggs.
I saw it on Sci-Fi Channel when I was like 9 years old.
Who cares?
It was Channel 83 on DirecTV.
You're sounding like a mantoid, bro.
I love mantises, but
Mantoid energy.
the
right
reason
now.
I found this movie,
mantoid vibes going
the
on.
reason I found this movie is because I really like praying mantises, and this
Of
ruined
course.
praying mantises for me.
Of course, the weird
You
ass
would.
Ed Begley Jr.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I hated it.
He loved it.
I didn't like it.
I loved it.
I mean, it's kind of hot that the female praying mantis eats the male while they're mating. That's kind of
That is hot. I'm not gonna lie.
It's getting me hard right now.
That is hot
remember when
because
Sci-Fi
after
Channel-
I spill my seed, I want to be executed as well.
One in the chat
Yeah.
is agreeing with me. Jamie Borch has seen it. Albino Hydra's seen it. Yeah.
Sci-fi used to be a good fucking channel. They always had like really cool ones. I remember watching like Cube and shit on there. There was
That's
That-
cool.
That post-nut clarity definitely brings the suicide
Oh,
thoughts.
he's on such a good high when the female cuts his head off.
I do have a little bit more content for the evening, and let's fucking hammer through this. I can still read, I think. Got some Thunderbird
I posted a
content.
link in the chat.
Are you
What's
eating
that-
Doritos
everyone-
while you eat? I'm sorry.
What's everyone's
Yeah.
take on Thunderbirds? Does anyone got a hot take?
I believe in
big old
It's
bird.
scary as shit, though.
I
Explain.
believe Thunderbird is like Garuda.
If you believe in a Thunderbird, explain what it looks like.
It's a big old bird.
Indian condor. But in some of these cases, a pterodactyl.
It's got
Well,
a cloaca.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
too
Sorry.
drunk
I,
already.
you can go in a second, but I posted the link in the chat to Meet the Applegates, the movie. It came out like 1990. They're from Ohio.
Is that
Ohio.
your interjection? Is it complete now?
Okay, I'm done. Jesus.
I don't care.
Sorry.
I
From
just,
Ohio.
dude, I don't think this sandwich that Flame is eating will ever end. I don't know if anybody else is
He's gonna
watching.
be eating it for
This
like
is
2
like
hours.
A 10-foot
like-
fucking cheesesteak.
It's an
I'm
endless
fucking
hoagie.
serious,
It's
dude.
like that Simpsons bit where it's out in the trash
It's
and he's still
the-
eating it.
It's the brood witch. It's gonna disappear
yeah, the
instead of
brood
you.
witch.
Brood witch. Oh
Take
no.
me back to my old days, fucking watching Adult Swim and smoking weed.
Endless hoagie, dude.
So anyway, the Thunderbird. You can make a delicious snack out of him. Drumsticks,
No.
thighs, breasts.
Mm-hmm.
Whole
Cloaca.
thing. It's
Breasts?
Cloaca. It's
Someone say
fantastic.
breasts?
Breast. So
Eggs.
now most people, when they think of the Thunderbird, they think of like a giant eagle type thing or the condor type thing. And the most
Indian condor.
recent reputable sightings have seemed to be an Andean condor. Traditionally, I believe it's basically an eagle who, when it waves its wings, it creates thunder and lightning. So it was a beast of that magnitude, and it's one of those things where the Native Americans love a totem pole, and they have a bunch of real animals on it, and 9 out of 10 of them are real animals, and you have a thunderbird, or you have like an ape-like creature, and it's like, well, maybe that's what they actually believed in. Maddie, were you saying something?
Was I?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So
they seen that shit, dog.
So yeah,
they seen that.
It's real.
They seen it.
But
they seen it.
Recently, when we did a cryptid tier list over on Mega Streamcast with our friend Stoneclaw, who's in the call. Where are you? Where are you, Stoneclaw? You get to dunk on me. He said that he liked the idea of a thunderbird that is a pterosaur. The prehistoric reptilian sky creatures or whatever the fuck they are. And I kind of shit all over that, saying that no reputable sightings were of a pterosaur. That I knew people talked about it, but I think I found the one reputable sighting of a pterosaur thunderbird.
Okay.
Let's do it. This was from the Tombstone Epitaph.
I love this one.
The Tombstone Epitaph from April 26, 1890. Got some cowboy shit happening here.
Hell yeah.
So, according to the newspaper, on Sunday, April 20th, dank, okay, dank.
Hey! Read, dude!
Hey,
Dude, I hit the
happened 9
ball
years
real
later.
quick.
So, on April 20th, two ranchers were returning from a trip to the Huachuca Mountains.
You said it right!
I tried, brother. About
You did it good.
38 miles southwest of Tombstone, when they discovered a huge winged monster resting on the desert between the Huachucas and the Whetstone Mountains. The beast, described as resembling an alligator with an extremely long tail and giant wings, lifted into the air to escape, but was apparently exhausted when found and capable of making only short flights at a time. After the initial shock of the moment had passed, the two ranchers, Winchester rifles in hand, rode after the fantastic critter. After chasing the monster for several miles, as it presumably kept taking a series of short flights to escape them, the men finally had it in range and opened fire on the gigantic creature. It turned to attack, but owing to its exhausted condition, was easily evaded by the men, who kept shooting at the animal, which soon partly rolled over and became motionless. The ranchers took time out to examine and measure their strange prize. From head to tail tip, it measured 92 feet.
Yeah, that's big.
That's stupid big.
Huge. Yeah, it's stupid big.
Whatever. With a greatest diameter of about 50 inches.
Yeah, about that.
That's really large. The animal had only 2 feet, a short distance in front of where the wings were attached to the body. The head alone was 8 feet long, with jaws thickly set with straight, sharp teeth and eyes the size of a dinner plate that protruded out of the head. The wingspan of the beast was an astounding 160 feet from wingtip to wingtip. The animal's body had no hair or feathers, just smooth skin, which was easily penetrated by a bullet. The wings were nearly transparent membranes. According to the article, one of the ranchers came to Tombstone for supplies on Friday, April 25th, and had both told his story and announced his intention to skin the monster at the time. The last word written on the topic by the paper was that the rancher and several prominent men of the town were hoping to bring the body back to Tombstone before it was skinned and sent east for scientists to examine. There was no follow-up on the article. Unsurprisingly, but that was a legit newspaper article from the Cowboy Times, the Wild West in Tombstone.
Yep.
Just like the movie. Now, the one thing that's interesting about that is that a lot of people claim that there was an image to go along with that. And a lot of people say they've seen this image. And I have a few contenders for what the image is.
Yep.
And I got to do this precursor to even showing any of these images. The newspaper at the time didn't have images.
Yeah.
The photography was a capability, but they didn't really have it. They didn't have it at all in the paper. So this
photography
image
at the time. Sorry.
Go on.
Photography at the time, like if you ever look back, you can actually Google this. Look at Civil War photographs. They look eerie because what it is like the way that they did pictures back then was a flash imprinted on this weird like square piece of like photographic like not paper, but it was a film. And it looks really bizarre, and it was something that only like real bourgeois-ass guys had. And people living out in Tombstone, they wouldn't have nothing like that. But
I think it's called a daguerreotype.
What is it?
A daguerreotype.
I don't know what that is.
So it's a type of photograph where it's like really fucking old timey.
Well, I've got one on screen now that it looks almost like a Civil War photograph to me, where they have a bunch of soldiers around a downed pterodon, and it's big, but it's not the size they said in the account. Definitely,
that is not 130 feet at all.
This is the image that I remember seeing when I heard this account from Tombstone initially when I was a kid. This is the photo I thought of, and like I saw it on the internet all over the place, and like this is the one I remember.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I remember that. I remember that, and the one where it had the black imposed like raven. Remember that?
Yes, there's like the giant bird.
Yeah.
Here I have
there was a phantom time theory that
I was thinking about that.
We're not actually too far off from the dinosaurs. Like a lot of our history was just made up, so we just like the dinosaurs were just like up in the last 1,000 years.
Stuff that Philly back in your mouth.
Here's the
Flame.
key.
Shut the fuck.
Here's the key, dude. If time is illusory and isn't actually a thing at all, then all of this shit takes place on top of each other, and anything's possible.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm actually with Flame on this one, and I will die by this. I really do think that lots of the sightings of either dinosaurs, say Mekele Mbembe, the Australian Tyrannosaurus Rex, any of the Thunderbirds in Northern America, that may be confused with pterosaurs, because those are lots of myths of people who didn't have a lot of technological advancement. And maybe they're more connected to nature, more connected to time streams. And I'm not saying like that's 100%. I know, I'd sound like a fucking kook, whatever, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, maybe time can overlap. Maybe. That's where ghosts come from, maybe. That's like, we can, some people see ghosts as actual completely human people walking around a certain house, like an old house.
Echoes.
Yeah. Quantum
echoes of time. Yeah. Echoes of time.
So
and I'm not saying...
I have a pterodactyl up against the side of a house with a bunch of people surrounding with guns. It looks pretty fake. It looks
hell yeah.
It looks superimposed like a motherfucker. Yeah, it looks like some guys that just got... Well, I can't say what they got done doing.
This is my last one, and it looks like a postcard, a poorly made postcard. Yeah, it's probably fake. What can I say?
Yeah, but I really do like what Flame said, because that's exactly what I thought when he said that, or when I was reading that earlier today.
Portals from hell. Consensus.
Not even portals. It's just like when
you don't think the dinosaurs went to hell. They didn't believe in Jesus.
No, dinosaurs were inherently a word, Ian. But no, like I think like it's kind of like how history
they all have blonde hair.
Dinosaurs were Aryan.
They're all wearing fedoras. They're all atheists, is what he was trying to say.
You laugh at me. My grandmother actually gave me a Bible pamphlet about how humans and dinosaurs coexisted, and I read about it.
Thanks.
I'm not kidding.
That's straight blasphemy, dog. What the?
No,
that's not blasphemy. That's the opposite of blasphemy.
Yeah, fuck you, Doro.
What?
Well, no. What I'm saying is, there is like when it comes to time, time is not linear. Time is something
of the essence.
It's of the essence. And like if you've ever taken a CD, like a re-recordable CD, and recorded new songs over old songs, sometimes the old songs pop up in the middle of the new songs. That's time.
Stone tape theory.
Stone tape theory. That's what I'm calling it. Stone tape theory.
That's actually great, dude.
You never heard of that?
That's the episode name.
Stone tape theory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the episode name.
Hey, what about Stone Gape theory? You know what I mean?
Stoned tape theory.
Stone Gape theory?
Stoned tape eater.
Shut up. We'll never talk about that again.
Stone.
All right.
Stone
Let's
Philly.
talk. We're gonna talk about more demons from hell going through portals.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple more accounts of some pterodons that might be.
You want to read this one?
South Carolina.
Yes, I can do
Carolina.
In South Carolina, a white orange-eyed thunderbird has been reported to encounter drivers traveling throughout the state. Reports of mysterious bird-like creatures date back to the Native Americans of the region. There had been a sighting between Greenville and Florence, South Carolina, in 1989, year of my birth, by a witness named Susan Wooten. Susan had been traveling on Highway 20 to Florence, and the sighting happened in wooded and swampy areas at 3 p.m. The wingspan, 12 to 15 feet, much more plausible than how big was the fucking
160 feet or some shit? Yeah.
Yeah, the big ass dude.
That dude be a large fucking chunky boy.
The wingspan, and I know the Quetzalcoatl had a, I think, 45
Quetzalcoatl?
wingspan. Quetzalcoatl.
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 That's his
The
technical name.
His Latin name.
Yeah, that's his slave name. The wingspan is 12 to 15 feet, no feather, leathery wings, a head appendage behind, or a head appendage behind the head, so he had a crest. And it also has a long tail distinguishable from its feet.
I would have cut right there. Fucking all of these descriptions, they refer to like a creature that had like, it would look like an alligator. It was like scaly, or it had leathery skin. But the scientific understanding today of pterosaurs is that they had filaments, which were like proto feathers. So it almost looked like hair, like a fine hair.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
how
don't
much
like how-
I believe all that. Let's see some skin impressions. Let me see them impressions.
The best way to explain how that looks is if you've ever seen like baby chicks at like a farm store.
Yeah.
That would have been essentially what they had, because that is what it's proto feathers essentially, because it's kind of like fur.
Right. I get.
Hey, Yakov, are you saying that you trust the science?
I trust skin impressions. I like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm up in the air. I gotta look at that evolutionary theory, because I believe in that stuff to a certain extent.
Wear the
Sometimes
mask,
I think they're lying.
bigot.
Well,
Yeah,
not
where's
that-
your mask,
Well, to be fair, the COVID stuff was not actually science; it was just libtard bullshit. We had red color in the chat. Dinosaurs have feathers and honk, and that is actually proven, because if you look at something like the Parasaurolophus, the Parasaurolophus is essentially the elk of dinosaurs. And if you've ever heard an elk call, have you ever heard an elk call?
Yeah.
No, it sounds like screaming, but like far off screaming, and it's really
forest spirit.
It's like a whistle scream. It's like a hollow.
It is. It's like, but like different. But anyway,
Wait, do that again, Matt.
Okay.
That's what they sound like when I was up in Georgia. So I could hear the coyotes like fucking tearing them apart somewhere in the woods. They were just like screaming and dying.
That's brutal, bro.
Coyotes
Yeah.
literally sound like a skinwalker's ripping apart a deer.
It's always
Yeah.
terrifying when you hear them
Coyotes
on
are
one
nasty.
side and then on the other side, and then you realize they're on it.
Yeah, then you
hear 'em
realize
on all four sides of you.
I'm in the woods and I'm walking my dog, and like
And
they
I have
they
four
definitely want the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I've
I
been there.
live next to
Yeah.
a 15
There was,
acre field next to my house, and when the coyotes are out there, it literally sounds like some kind of cryptid. It's
They
the
sound
scariest
nasty.
fucking thing.
It's
They
pretty
sound so
powerful.
nasty.
They sound spooky.
Yeah.
What's
When they're
that?
all they're crying and howling.
Well, you
they
can
just
all
wanna
you can
go.
tell that they're all trying to be the alpha. They're all kind of fighting.
Yep.
They're all trying to get over on one another. You can hear that interaction happening, and you're like, I wouldn't want to fucking play. I don't want to have to pretend I'm more badass than a coyote. I think I am. I could, but I just don't fucking want to, dude. Those
So
things
what
are
you're
Us,
saying-
that's an
what you're
us
saying-
moment, big time us moment.
Right, a
So-
bunch of
yeah, I was
retards
gonna say.
jumping
So what
for
you're
alpha.
saying is the coyotes are the canine of the alt right.
The
okay.
coyote.
They're the Richard Spencer of.
You'd be the tard wrangler.
Mushrooms on my burger. I want them caramelized and.
Coyotes are
Everyone,
fucking
everyone,
skittish, though.
let me cook for them, because I will make you the best burgers in the world. Let me finish.
Coyote
This.
steaks. Let's do it.
I will grill for everyone. In the summer of 2004, a couple driving towards Myrtle Beach heard a loud flapping and described it as like someone's laundry had come off the line and was getting blown around, like a big bed sheet getting hit by gusts of wind. Except we were in the woods, and there were too many trees around for it to be laundry blowing around, and then it has. Well, it's, I don't need to read that.
A large fapping noise.
Yeah,
A large fapping noise. That's what you hear when you come to my house. You stay in my living room, you hear a large fapping noise. It's great. Big Bird is the name of a cryptid that.
Whoa! You're skipping ahead, Mister.
Sorry.
Soon a large.
2013.
Okay,
A reported surface of an encounter 3 years prior of a similar pterosaur-like creature. It had leather-like wings. It was almost as big across as a windshield. I did not get a good look at it because it was dark. But it had almost orange reddish eyes and swooped up before it smashed into the windshield of the car. The whole time I was pumping the brakes because I was afraid it was going to smash into the car. I told my parents, but they tried to convince me it was a bat. Yeah, what kind of fucking bat that big lives in fucking South Carolina,
Mom,
you fucking retard?
You're a fucking queer.
It was a bat from a lab.
Lab bat.
I told them no. It was way too big.
Should be
then
another
1 year
O
later.
Go on.
1 year later, my dad told me he saw the same thing flying towards the windshield of his car on the same road in same spot. My brother also saw it in the backyard as he was taking out scraps.
Taking out the shit. Taking his sister outside to piss.
Stinky diaper.
Yeah, his bag full of stinky diapers.
Uh-oh, stinky.
That's definitely it.
Big Bird is the name of a cryptid.
Joe, slow the fuck down, Matt. You slow the fuck down.
Would you like me to pause so you guys can talk about bats?
Diapers.
I know a lot about bats. Do you want me to talk about bats with you? I know a lot about bats.
Our next creature, Big Bird, it looks a lot like a bat. It has a lot of those same features, and it also was said to have the face of an ape or a monkey,
which is really weird.
Reminiscent of bats. I don't know. In all of the illustrations I found, it basically always has a beak. So I don't know what's up with that.
What I gathered from that.
Is this thing related to Bat Masterson?
I don't understand the reference.
What I took away from it having a face like a monkey was a hognose bat. If you ever look at a hognose bat, it kind of looks like that one monkey that has the weird nose that is in Eastern Asia. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Let's go on
with the dick nose.
You gotta love it. Let's go on with theory a little bit here. It's Big Bird. It's the name of a cryptid that flew over the Rio Grande. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande.
That's how I pronounce it.
Rio Grande.
In 1976, most witnesses described this unknown mysterious animal, or UMA, of course, as about 5 feet tall, featherless, and having a long beak, bat-like wings, and a monkey-like face. All of the following reports have come from
How does
the
it
Rio
have a
Grande
fucking
area.
beak and a monkey face at the same time?
Dude, that's just a Brazilian dude on vacation.
It's a white Brazilian.
That's kind of what I was going to say. Good job, Flame.
January 1st, Tracy Lawson and cousin Jackie Davies were playing outside when they saw the creature. It was over 5 feet tall, had dark red eyes, bald head, gorilla-like face, and a long beak. The avian emitted a shrill screech. The next day, their fathers saw 3-toed tracks pressed about an inch into the ground. The family dog stayed inside of its doghouse, leaving only to go outside the house for dinner. And then it had to be forced back outside. January 7th, policeman Arturo Padilla saw something in the headlights of his cruiser. It was a huge bird. Minutes later, fellow officer Homer Galvin sighted a large black silhouette gliding through the air. Alvarico
Guajarro.
Alvarico
Guajarro.
He spotted the creature and described it as looking like a bat. January 14th, Armando Grimaldo heard a sound like a bat's wings flapping. Suddenly, large talons grabbed him and tore his shirt. It was a bird-like creature with red eyes, a monkey-like face, and no beak.
It's George Floyd.
Ow! About this time, several school teachers witnessed the strange bird with a wingspan of at least 12 feet across. One of the teachers performed some research and discovered a picture that looked like what they saw. The image that teacher found depicted a pterosaur. While there is not a substantial evidence to prove that Big Bird exists, it seems strange that it has a monkey-like face. It could be a large bat, or possibly a living pterosaur of some sort. One distinct
Maybe he was
possibility.
just eating Pringles at the time.
Explain the Pringles. Is it for the beak so you can reach the last Pringle?
Yeah. See, he's got the Pringles in his mouth, and he's just like flopping with Pringles.
Delicious.
This is
So
what
it's-
evolution has come to.
Yeah,
Just the last.
it's just actually a crackhead.
It's just a crackhead who got hold of the wrong stuff.
I need that Pringle, bro.
One distinct possibility, which cannot be ruled out, is that it was a jabiru, a large South American stork with a featherless face and a long dark beak, which sometimes strays into Texas. I'm going to get that image of the jabiru on screen.
Which it's a big white stork with a black head and big black beak.
That's true.
We got Holton with us.
I was gonna say I couldn't remember his
Holton
first
alert.
name. Holton.
Oh shit, Holton's here.
Hey,
What up,
holy
dude?
shit, it's Holton.
Holton,
What
we
up,
talking
Brad?
about flying cryptids, brother.
Just finishing up the prep. I don't know what the hell.
guys were on.
That jabiru image is long gone. It's a fucking stork and it has a black head. I could see how its face could be confused with a gorilla, but
Does it have a cloaca?
oh, I'm done reading, so I can drink as much as I want now.
Taka! I love Taka!
Holton, if you have
Taka.
any alcoholic beverage, you got
Taco Tuesday every day.
When you hear
That shit's cheap
cloaca,
and
you drink.
delicious.
Oh, it's not
Jesus
delicious.
Christ.
It's probably the worst vodka I've ever.
I
drank.
usually drink it flavored. I don't drink that shit straight.
Oh, I do have the image of the jabiru. Let me get that on screen real quick. There we go.
You know what I've been drinking? I've been drinking that Tarantula Azul.
Yeah,
That shit.
On the topic of like
yeah.
avian cryptids, you ever hear that story going around? Especially like they're like Vietnam era, and there was apparently some soldiers that seen some fucking like snake woman harpy thing.
What's her name?
What dude
God
you heard?
damn it.
Stop pointing at me, Doro.
No. What the fuck?
Get your finger out of my face.
The one that jumps off
What are you
the
doing?
torso.
What?
The one that she has intestines hanging
Yes,
down.
that one.
Yeah.
Is this a
It's like a
yokai?
vampire.
Oh,
No, she's not a-
the Aswang.
Yeah,
Aswang,
yeah.
the Aswang.
Aswang, dude.
The Aswang is a witch whose upper half of her body detaches at night and she flies around with bat wings to like suck your blood.
That's
She
fucking
have
awesome.
her-
It's
her
no, it's from
reproductive-
the Philippines.
Does
There's
she have
also-
her reproductive organs?
Well, hold on.
still attached?
No.
Fuck her gut.
No, here's the best thing. The best thing is
Sure.
that her upper body detaches. She doesn't have her sexual organs, but they're still sitting there like as her legs, and they're just hanging out like vulnerable. They're perfectly vulnerable for you to come take
Jackpot.
advantage of them.
Well,
Jackpot.
hold on, Doro. I actually saw somebody drew this. It was an iteration of her that literally was just a head with wings.
I want to marry that.
Pussy at?
I want to marry that lower half. Can I just marry that part and take
Well,
it home?
Where's the pussy at?
Well,
Does she have a cloaca?
greasy. That means she can talk.
Oh,
Let me get a drink.
That's true.
Damn it!
I
I'm
need
trying
a
to.
beer. You guys do
I'll
your
put-
thing. I'm getting a beer.
I'll just
my
pl-
God.
I'll plug her
Okay,
ass.
Hey, does she have a jaw?
Well, yeah, she has a mouth.
On the top half. You can have the top, Doro. I'll take the bottom half.
All right, like an Eiffel Tower, but
We'll
like
trade-
disconnected. Like you're
like
in
an
a
Eiffel
different
Tower.
state, and
We can,
So
technically
confirmed.
Yeah.
Doro's the top, Greasy's the bottom. We
We'll
got it.
trade-
Okay.
we'll
nice.
trade every-
And you know what, Matt? You're the Eiffel Tower in the middle.
yeah, you
I'm
get
in
the
the
middle
top.
part.
Greasy's in the back. You're in the
Hey,
middle, dude.
Hey,
Getting
sorry, you guys
pounded.
are already topping and bottoming each other. I'm just on
I'm the
outside.
power.
Nah, hey,
I'm-
you're,
I know,
you're
I
the
know.
gay one. You're the
I'm
gay
the
one with
building.
the dick in your mouth and your
Well,
butt.
you're
dude.
the one that. Hey, one
I'm
of you
just getting my
obviously.
dick sucked. Nothing gay
Doro,
about that.
Doro,
dude.
either you or Greasy's trying to fuck me. I'm just outside smoking a cigarette. I don't give a fuck what you guys are
Not
doing.
for
I'm gonna
long,
rip you in
bro.
half.
You know what?
You're-
I'm
You
gonna
know
rip
what?
you in half
Hey,
and
hey,
give the
Doro
top
and
half
Greasy.
to Doro.
Doro and Greasy.
Well,
Happy
you know,
Pride
I
Month.
bottom half
Happy
home.
Pride Month. Happy
I'm
Pride
gonna
Month.
go find me some like bottom half witch pussy somewhere while y'all are fighting.
No,
Like I
what
said.
you need is snake girl pussy because that's got a cloaca.
Drinking.
Don't you try and derail
a
with that
lamia,
quick shit.
a lamia GF,
Melania, that's a
a
fucking guy.
lamia,
Lamia?
a lamia.
Lamia.
You're trying to fuck
But hold on,
llamas?
hold on,
Now you're
everybody,
trying to
hold
fuck
on,
llamas?
hold on,
God
everybody.
damn it,
Holden, I love every time you come in here because I swear you're in Agartha, dude. Like the sun is always shining.
Yeah, what the
and
fuck?
It's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Holden has returned to a tradition that we can only dream of. And
Yeah, it gets dark around here around 10.
Doro would
My
love to go
God.
up there and black out a room and put blackout lights on. It would be amazing.
Bro, this guy came on the show. He's smoking a pipe. He is literally in the heart of Agartha right now.
I believe
you know
we
what?
Are, we
you know
are jealous
what fucking,
pros.
you know what this fucking beautiful ass nature-esque fucking utopia would fucking do great with is some fucking black lights, bro.
Hell yeah. Let's go, dude.
Some anime characters.
We can set up a generator in the cave, dude.
You're
and
gonna get
you
some posters with different colored mushrooms.
Get you some,
dude.
Mushroom with an alien, an alien with a hat.
You ever smoke weed in the
I would
cave,
really want to
bro?
smoke weed right now if I could go to Agartha.
You ever been in a cave and smoked weed, bro?
You know what's cool? I got fucking psychedelic mushrooms that grow here naturally. Like I have like a trash bag just full of fucking shroomies that grow in my backyard.
Maybe the locals would shut the fuck up about picking morels.
It's time to smoke fucking weed.
I'm so down, bro.
Nigga, you've been smoking weed this entire time and eating sandwiches. What are you talking about?
I think I'm going to end this recording of Tape Eaters. Everyone has got their money's worth. We've gone over
This has
many
been great.
encrypted. This was just like old times. I fucking love this shit.
I had a good time. Thank you for having me.
Oh, glad.
Yeah, thanks, Greasy, I guess.
One of
Whatever.
the boys. So I want everyone to go to yakobees.com. Do your thing at yakobees.com. Click the links. There's a ton of cool merch. And it's not all mine. It's not just me showing here. It's all the boys. Dora's got shit there. Brad's got shit there. Gossiping Grimoires, Jugs, and Jeremy have shit there. There's a ton of stuff there.
Yakov!
Support the boys. And the
Yakov.
one girl. Yes.
I was contacted by Jeremy earlier today. He is going to now be my co-host for my Extreme Noise Warfare thing.
Cool.
Nice.
Jeremy Elder?
No, it is cool because
It is
I'll
cool.
actually have like a stable co-host.
Don't
gonna fucking
be an asshole with Jeremy. Jeremy is a mild-mannered individual who is
No,
not
Jeremy
trying to
loves
get
me.
banned by the federal government.
No,
Go easy
no.
on Jeremy.
No. Like I was talking to him all day at work. Jeremy, me and him, like we're gonna meld good.
Cool.
I'm like chaotic something, and he's like neutral everything. So
Oh,
it's good.
hey, Matt. Also, Extreme Noise Terror, where I got that name from. Apparently, it's like some
Extreme Noise Warfare.
Yeah, apparently
Whatever the
it's
fuck
like
it
some foreign fucking
Like some gay Russian group.
yeah, it's like some foreign bullshit. And I
That's fine. I told Jeremy the name of it, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm down."
All
I
right.
was like, "Okay."
good.
So
Because what we're gonna be doing are
I wanna hear
yeah,
formatted-
we're
Jeremy.
American and they're foreign, so fuck them.
Okay, well, I'll wait until it's my turn. I'm so sorry.
So, yeah, I want everyone to go to yakobees.com. Do your thing there. There's a ton of good content. You had me at Bigfoot is there. Gossiping Grimoires is there. Mega Streamcast, small package. All the good shit is there. I want everyone to go follow me on the Fediverse. I am at
Please.
Yakov at kiwifarms.cc. Kiwifarms.cc is one instance. If you don't want to join that instance, join shitposter.club. Join freespeechextremist.com. POA.st. Post. Fucking, yeah, just join one because fuck this social media shit. I'm tired of getting banned all the time. I'm tired of getting nerfed. I'm tired of being stuck in memes from 2015 because
Yes.
people, they get conditioned. They get conditioned from being banned every time. That, like, when somebody fucking posts something edgy, and it's usually something from fucking 2015, the shit gets like 1,000 likes. But it's like, it's just because you're conditioned to not be allowed to do this. Like, let's move ahead a little bit. Let's stop this whole
Yeah.
fucking cycle of getting banned and whatever the fuck. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Let's
I will
connect with our
say-
people.
I will say real quick, if you join Post, you're going to be automatically banned from 15 different instances because apparently people hate us.
I said that from the very beginning. I'm like, I'm not joining Post because it's going to be it's the biggest instance, and I don't want to be banned from as many instances are going to ban Post.
But if you follow us, you might not be banned. I don't really know how that works.
It doesn't matter. You're with the boys. It doesn't, and it's like the one thing I do miss is being able to just threaten celebrities and corporations. That was
Yes.
fun.
That was-
Fuck Nestle.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
That's a big Twitter flex.
So Matt, do you wanna go?
Okay, so I got a few things up the pipeline here. Like Yakov said, join the Fediverse. If you join Kiwi Farms, if you join Post, if you join Shitpost or whatever it is, just join something in the Fediverse because you can literally. It's actually real free speech hours. Who up? I'm up, and I enjoy every second of it. It's fucking beautiful. Not only because you can say things that you can't say on Twitter, but it's fun. That's where everyone has migrated
It's for
since
friends.
the Twitter purges.
Twitter is for arguing with libtards or whatever the fuck. The Fediverse is for friends.
It really is for friends. And I even made a post tonight talking about how much
Maybe
I
the real-
love.
Maybe the real Fediverse was the friends we made along the way.
That's true.
That's exactly what it was.
We've networked.
That's exactly what it is. I made a post tonight talking about how much I fucking value every single one of my people that like follow me, and I follow them.
Thank you, Matt.
Me too,
So-
unless they download child pornography or if they're going to shoot up a Walmart, and then they're not my friend anymore.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure. Oh my god! Hold on, real quick. Oh no!
You leave Walmart out of this.
I love
Sponsored by
Walmart.
Sam's Club. This stream brought to you by Sam's Club.
I made a post last night about how much I hate stink bugs, and I just had a stink bug land on my stick of incense, and he got to the point where it was burning. He's just like, nah. But
Nah, man.
anyway, follow every single one of us. We're on different instances of the Fediverse. It's really good. You should join it because it's fun. You can literally post whatever you want. You can post videos, you can post images, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's fucking beautiful. Other than that, you can definitely find me here on Saturdays. I'm always here. I always want to be part of Tape Eater because I love Skinwalker tapes. It was my fucking bread and butter. That shit was so fucking fun. I just want to talk about paranormal shit and hang out with you guys because I fucking love you guys. I love you guys,
too,
genuinely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I love you too, Yakov.
With you as well.
But other than that,
I hate you, Matt.
I named you Greasy. You Greasy, you literally.
Whoa. Come
Greasy,
on,
you ruined my show last week. I love
know.
you. It's great. It's wonderful. I didn't want to talk about Outlaw Country. I was trying to hang out with Jerry, and you fucking jumped in there and started doing your bullshit.
Just don't kill yourself, Matt. Everything's gonna be okay.
Well,
Yeah.
imagine
That's it.
trying to be an outlaw and being like, no, you have to follow the rules. You can't.
We have a specific rule set here.
I wasn't trying to do Outlaw Country because I'm not a fucking outlaw. I'm just a guy that works at a hardware store and is trying to do skin.
Yeah, he's a Yankee, dude.
I am.
Yeah.
You know what? Ohio strong.
Yeah, you're a yank, bro.
Yeah,
Ohio
dude,
Uber
you don't know
Alice.
nothing
But anyway,
about
so I am going to be doing an iteration of Extreme Noise Warfare version 3.0
Outlaw.
with Jeremy. What we're going to be doing
Outlaw
is we're going to
Country?
be sending. You know what? I'm never doing Outlaw Country.
that. Following the rules, country.
Following
Yeah,
the rules
we're-
podcast.
Yeah, we are following the rules. There's no hall monitors, whatever.
What if
Anyway.
we did a short spin off of that?
Break the rules, country.
I'm gonna spin you off if you get another fucking big ass sandwich. I want to fucking bite, motherfucker. But anyway, what we're doing is me and Jeremy are gonna start like visceral reacting to songs, and it's gonna be Extreme Noise Warfare 3.0. It's gonna be really good. We're gonna put it hopefully if Yakov lets me, because I have Jeremy here, so I'm not gonna go off the rails.
Jeremy has good judgment.
Yes.
Sorry.
So
I love you.
I'm sorry.
Fuck, I wish I had good judgment.
Anyway, we're gonna be doing that. It's me and Jeremy now, and we're gonna be doing that. Hopefully, me and Jerry can do something in the future as long as he fucking behaves himself, which he fucking can't. Other than that, I'm gonna fight Jerry.
He should be here right now.
He should, but he's
Yeah.
like probably drinking in a hotel somewhere. Fucker. But anyway,
have
that's
his
all I
finger
really
in
had to
his palm.
post. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that me and Jeremy are going to be doing a new show soon. It's going to be actually really fun because me and him are going to be surprising each other with 5 songs a week, and we're going to visceral react to every single one of them. It's going to be really interesting, I think, actually. Jeremy's a really good guy.
He's a great
I'm
guy.
excited.
Other
Doro.
than that, you, like I said, you
Jar-
can find
Hurry
me.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt.
Fuck you, Doro.
Go to facebook.com and follow Doro-sama.
Must be
If
nice to
you-
still be on Facebook, motherfucker.
No, it fired, dude. It's
You
so
fed?
gay, dude. It's so gay, dude.
It's
but-
awful. I've had a sock that I've
but-
kept going for a long time.
dude.
It's awful.
I got about 5,000 followers, and I'm getting like maxing out at 50 likes a post. Like it fucking sucks, dude.
Every time my 30-day ban ends, I literally get banned, and I get banned on every single account. It really fucking pisses
Cue
me
the
off.
fart sound. Regardless, it sucks, but if you're on there, follow me, dorosama.com or dorosama at Facebook, and go to fucking yakobees.com. Look at
Do
my
it.
merch. It's cool
Dorolandia.
stuff. We all got cool shit, and
Or it
buy
is good
a
work.
t-shirt or something because I want to quit my job. I want to
I hear that.
retreat. No, I don't want to retreat. I want to return to nature.
Nigga,
And
you
I-
make like $30 an hour. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he
Shut up.
touches poop
that's
every
right,
day,
but
though.
I'm stacking my
He has to touch
ducats.
poop.
I'm stacking my ducats till I can get the fuck out of America. And
You want to
But
trade
yeah.
jobs?
Marry
Let's
a
do that.
Chinese woman?
no, dude, yeah, no, it should be like
Japanese,
some
I'm
sort of
sorry.
like light brown Asian type.
What you
Go
got to
to-
do is marry an East European girl.
Go
The
to Cliff
Slavs are
Tile
the
and
best
get
ones.
some boy pussy.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
boy pussy.
Maybe
No
some,
boy
maybe
pussy.
some,
No,
maybe
shut
some
up.
like high end pussy.
I heard
I don't know.
Valiant.
Let's get
Thor.
this shilling on the road here.
Yeah,
Eastern
let's get the
European
chilling on the
girls-
road. I'm done. Goodbye.
Eastern
All right.
European girls are way better than boy pussy. 100%.
Flame.
Prove it.
All right, y'all can follow me at Instagram, Noble Reader, and Flame Upon Herb on Twitter.
Boost. So
Also, Flame, don't forget that you are one of the integral parts of the new Tape Eaters dynasty.
What'd you call him,
Dynasty,
dude?
it's-
Yeah.
Integral?
And I do the
You
podcast. too.
integral.
Oh, God, he's integral! Ah!
You just called him an Integer, dude. You can't say that, bro.
Flame, you're an Integer. Oh,
Holden, hit me with your what's your Facebook page?
Struggle Against Cowardice on Facebook. I haven't been fucking posting on it for shit.
That's
Also, Struggle Against Cowardice on YouTube. I still only have one fucking video up. I'm fucking I've been working my goddamn ass off. Pretty much every day. I don't get a fucking day off. I'm always working, whether on the property or with clients I work for or whatever. Just neighborhood landscaping shit and rebuilding decks and all sorts of shit. But
cool, man.
there will be more content on Struggle Against Cowardice on my YouTube page. My next video, I'm talking about smart cities, like the future implications of smart cities, like the draconian laws that are being passed right now to limit our freedoms.
Google cities.
Under the guise of COVID relief and all that shit.
would you
know,
ever
I'm-
want
I'm-
somebody to talk about that with you?
What was that?
Would you ever want
No.
somebody to talk about that with you? Because I could literally
Straight up,
go
no.
for days.
Matt
on
wants
that.
you to interview him before he goes to Walmart.
Yeah,
but
no, 100%.
Oh, hold on. No, I don't want any interviews. Like I went to the grocery store today, and it was fucking terrible. Like
What's your manifesto?
I want you to interview me while I'm in a very busy place. So you just
No,
hear all
okay,
the noise
but
in the
like,
background.
I want
what
you
I'm
to-
saying is,
I
What
want
I'm
you to
saying is-
interview Flame while he's eating his.
let him plug his stuff, man. Jesus.
Okay,
For
I'm
sure,
sorry, I'm
I
sorry.
want to talk to people in the future about shit. What my plan is I want to kind of get my page set up where I kind of lay out my personal ideology before I start like talking to others. Like I want to kind of
Yeah.
get all my fucking baggage out on the fucking internet so I can be traced by feds like more accurately.
Hell
And
yeah.
after that, fucking I want to start talking to some people. There's a guy I want to talk to. One of the first guys I want to get on my show. He's a what do you call it? A national Bolshevik
Oh,
motherfucker, and he's
classic,
all like,
classic.
I want to get into like eco-fascism and shit like that, and But yeah, so struggle against cowardice pretty much all the way. Like if that's how you're trying to find me. Also, Holton Wayne Tucker on Facebook. I'm just a shit poster right now. I'm just trying to get my shit together and fucking try to radicalize one person at a time.
You got great
same. Yeah.
So
Well, once you
like-
do that, like I am like one of the biggest eco-fast niggas in the entire game.
I'm gonna hit you
you're
with
lying.
that sword down, bro.
Dude.
Go back to Warcraft.
I am.
Go back
I'm
to
the most
Warcraft.
eco-fast.
I am the leader. I am the leader of EcoFast.
No, it's all right. At one point, I had way too much faith in like Adam Waffen, and then that went out the window, and now I'm just kind of doing my own
Dude,
thing.
so do you,
Okay. What I want to know.
do you,
what I
do you
want to
play
know.
a druid, dude?
You could. You could do that pretty soundly. What
Grow
I-
40
I want
plants.
to
Shut up,
know
Flame.
if Greasy or Maddie have anything they want to show.
Yes. Outlaw Country's new
Outlaw Country single.
D-Live show. I'm starting to stream about D-Live or Outlaw Country now. I got it.
Maddie, you got
I was there
anything,
for
bro?
that. Please don't do that.
I've been thinking about saying that for like 5 minutes, so it's kind of hard.
I bet you have.
Maddie,
Yeah.
you got anything you want to show or anything like that?
Yeah, I do actually. I just want you all to know Uncle Ted did nothing wrong.
That's
Yes.
what they say. That's what they say. We got another Ted on the horizon. A Ted who is the one true God. Might
Hell
hear more
yeah.
about him soon. We've been doing some deep diving. All right.
Very soon.
All right.
End it with Milker Mommy.
I'm ending it with
Are
Milk.
you talking about Oprah's husband?
Kick this man.
I am kicking him. I'm ending it. I'm ending it with someone I saw that just subscribed to the YouTube channel, and I don't know. I doubt she'll see this. Brown Milky Mommy who does death metal.
We
I'm
love
ending
you.
it with you. We're out here. We're supporting.
We love you.
This is "I Can't Breathe" by Cruel Treatment.
Wait, is she brown? I like that.
No, she's not really. She's a very light. She's very light.
I'm in.
I don't know.
Whatever
She
it is,
looks
I'm in.
like Latina, and I'm into that.
I'm in.
Latinas be whiter than blonde.
Steez of futurism is where it's at.
I was thinking that when I do an interview, I would get like a bunch of Subway sandwiches